you remember, there's a time on social media whereby there's this story. I don't know if you guys read it. There's a chick. She was out partying, I think at Kati, and then she got, I think, a Zaddy. Over in the morning after they had done their thing, to give her money or something like that, he had to breastfeed his snake.
What do you mean breastfeed? Was she pregnant before? Like, I don't get it. For you to breastfeed, you need to have breast milk.
The story was
maybe it was like it just needs a spiritual
connection.
So this is like some juju thing. So this is like some
it has
juju
been
thing.
breastfed in the spirit realm.
Welcome back. I'm Melvin,
Magic.
The voice.
and today we are joined by two lovely ladies from Hardworking Women.
Comfort.
Charity.
Yeah, happy to be here. Can't wait to mob jazz with you guys.
Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. What up, man? How's everyone feeling?
Feeling good.
Mm.
How are you feeling?
Guys have told me that when I ask you how you're feeling and you give me short answers, I start fumbling, man. For stuff to say. Man, me, I'm feeling more good, man. I compensate.
No. They're projecting
Mm.
their fumbles onto you.
Mm. What up, though, man?
Other than me being good,
No. Elaborate. What?
or me being good. Okay, I'll elaborate a bit. I'm still good like I was last episode. No changes in my state of goodness. Yeah, we're not dipping yet, so we're just praying for ups. Hope that made sense to you.
Makes sense to me.
Amen.
Makes sense to me. Voice.
Wait, goodness is a word. Eh?
Man, that's
I think so.
freestyling there.
I think so. Goodness gracious.
Sounds like a word. Yeah.
I don't know if it's used in that
Sounds like a
context. Like as a noun.
Language is fluid.
Hmm?
Language is fluid. I think you can use it how you want to.
True.
Mm.
How am I? I'm sleepy, man. As soon as I sat down, I don't know what happened. But I've been working a bit too hard and I need a vacation, bro.
Trypanosomiasis.
Hmm?
Sleeping sickness
Nagane.
in cows. Get checked, man. You should get that checked.
There's a sese fly that beat me. Are there sese flies? Yeah, okay. A fly biting is crazy.
fly.
A fly biting is crazy.
Comfort and Charity. How are you guys feeling?
That is dying. I don't know. I think it's the sissy fly that got her. I'm okay. Just another work week. Yeah, it has been a dull day because of the weather, but yeah, that's it.
Let's talk
really.
about the weather.
I don't
Though.
even know
Yeah.
if it has been dull, bro. I feel like today has been so refreshing for me, man.
It has been hot.
I
It
guess
has
it
been so
depends
hot. Yeah.
on, because for me it has been dull because I don't know, I just didn't feel like getting out of bed. It
You
was
prefer the
just-
heat.
Yeah, no, hell no. It was
What
just
would you rather have? A very
and-
hot day or a very cold day?
very cold day, but it's just that I don't know. I guess I wasn't really ready for this week anyway. So yeah, I've just been. Even Charity also noticed. Like yesterday in the meetings, I was like, man, it's time to
That's
get
crazy.
done with this shit.
Yeah.
It's because of the weather.
Yesterday was actually it wasn't even hot.
Yesterday
It was.
Ah,
Yesterday
It was
was-
like
Yesterday was hot.
It was a bit-
It was hot.
It only rained in the evening.
yeah,
It rained in the night.
in the night,
Okay,
like
in the
from
night
like
actually,
10. Yeah, but it was just
It
it
rained
was
all
just
through the
meh.
night.
Now let me kill you. That train was like 3 minutes at home, bro.
Oh wow.
Where do you stay? I know.
last
Some
night.
of us.
Oh, last night it was.
Last night.
Okay, now for me,
Now let me. It rained at like 10 for like 3 minutes,
What?
and so I'm just mad because I'm like, wow.
what a waste.
And then at midnight, like I just pulled out my laptop. I'm going to start working again. It starts raining
Boring.
till like morning.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened for me as well.
You know me, I like it when it rains at night because I'm so awake and I can get a lot of things done at that time. Talking about like in
What?
school, yeah. Like in school when it used to rain at night, I'm like, everyone is sleeping. Now let me read.
I swear,
I swear,
that's the opposite of what I thought she was going with that, bro.
Rain
like-
signs keep you awake. for you.
I'm like, if it's raining, everyone, because I like being alone. I like quiet places, and I like it when everyone's unaware. Like everyone's off guard. Let me start
You want to
attacking.
fox.
Yeah.
She's a fox.
I know iPhones have
Generally,
background
I like
noise
to
for
fox.
sleeping because you have white noise, rain. for you,
Nah,
it
she
just
keeps her
keep you
awake.
awake.
Like coffee for her.
Yeah, once it starts raining, I'm like, and even if I don't have like maybe work to do, I'm like, this is the right time to watch TV or a movie
Oh
because
my
I know
gosh.
no one is going to
Wow.
come.
I feel like when
This
I
is
even,
the
interesting.
time.
I'm like the
This is
opposite.
the
Once
time.
it starts, I hear like the rain's hitting the roof. I begin like showering. What?
Wait, I don't get it.
So I have to be in bed before it storms, before it ends raining. You know what I mean?
Wait, does this thing only happen on my side? Like when it starts raining, like Kara gets off?
Kara gets off it.
sometimes.
That's
Yeah,
a
like-
sign. There's something wrong with like the connections in your
No,
area.
like it has been happening every time. Like every time it starts raining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In your area, there's a problem with the connections. That used to happen to us in Mokono, man.
You know that joke of umeme guys when they say like a cloud.
They just start to run.
Just runs to the
See you in
street.
2 hours.
Yeah, see it.
And you know what's mad is like on which day was it? Was it Sunday? Power went for like a whole 2 hours in like half of Kampala. This was during
Sunday.
the final. Yeah, it
That
was
happened
Sunday.
to us, yeah.
Did you guys have power?
Nah, but I was somewhere else, so they had power where I was.
Because they told me, was it like the Lugogo substation that blew up, something
the
like
Golobi
that?
end, all the power went, bro.
The guys were looking for plans. They were texting me, man, we don't have power now. Where do we go? The guys sleep, man. You're allowed.
That's so funny they were asking you, like as if you know where like
Exactly.
the power in Kampala is.
Substations.
My football team was stressing me. I had to sleep.
Oh, tough luck, man.
Tough luck.
Tough
bro.
luck.
Yeah.
Now I actually don't know how you guys got to that final. I told you.
Because we're not as bad as people say we are.
You guys are actually really bad, bro. Like, hold on. I watched that game. I could not believe that a football team could fail to score so many times.
Now, let me
In
not
one game.
lie to you. Sorry for boring the rest of you. But if there's one thing we'll do, it's
fail to
create
score.
chances
Yeah.
and waste them. Guaranteed.
It was actually painful to watch. And that's the worst Liverpool team to ever win a trophy, I think.
You're just making me sad
Is
again,
it
man.
Team Liverpool or Chelsea?
This is Chelsea.
Just Liverpool is
Liverpool
on that
beat
won
them.
the trophy. Yeah.
But even you guys were beaten by Fulham, bro. And not the brand.
For us, like, we suck and we admit it.
Yeah,
These
okay.
guys suck, but they think they don't
Bro,
suck.
like we told Rachel that our Manu is playing Fulham. So like, bro, that's some Harry Potter. That's a Harry Potter house.
She
Bro.
said that's Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth is made up like a Harry Potter spell.
Made up, bro.
You know, Rachel tweeted something the other day. Like in primary, they asked her what her favorite sports team is, and she said Super Strikers.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
To be fair, they never lose, man.
No, they lose the first leg, then they win the second leg.
Yeah, they win the more important.
Wow.
leg.
Yeah.
Okay, Charity, how are you, man? How are you?
I'm fine. Just cold because it's cold outside, but I'm kawa.
Nice.
Kawa. Yeah.
Lovely. Are you guys excited for Women's Day? Women's Month this weekend, March.
Yeah, starting Friday. Yeah, we're really excited. As hardworking women, we are organizing quite a number of activities for the ladies who will come by
Like
and
throughout the month.
subscribe for. Yeah, throughout the month. Actually, this is like our first activity, being on the Mob Jazz podcast, and then we have a stakeholder engagement on the 7th. Then we have Women's Market Day. Then of course our meetup on the 16th. Where we'll have a number of activities as well. Yeah, so it's the ladies out there should be anticipating for the posters. Yeah.
Are we invited?
About that, we get that a lot. We get that question a lot about the men. Why not?
Hey,
where-
don't discriminate.
yeah, why not the men? Why not the
Don't
men?
discriminate.
But for the men, you can, since it's Women's Month, you can actually celebrate a woman or women in your life by, encouraging them to come for activities, paying.
Celebrate by encouraging.
Yeah, because
I was waiting for where this was going, man.
because you know the value. Because now we are telling you
Yeah.
what's going to be there. We have a
Yeah.
dinner on the 28th. Then we have this on the 16th. Like, surprise them, pay for them a ticket. Just a ticket to come for our event. Surprise them. Instead of flowers, you guys were talking about flowers last time. That's way expensive.
Damn.
But you can come with something that's cheap and they get knowledge and all that.
That's dope.
That's
But the
really
market
dope.
day, I feel like
Knowledge
we
is
can
power
come.
and all that.
I feel like we can come for the market day.
For the men,
Yeah.
yeah, you can come to see. To like
Can't buy.
support.
can buy.
Support. Yeah, support.
And buy,
the-
I guess.
So we can buy.
Yeah, you can come and support the
store?
vendors.
Right.
Can I set up a store?
Melvin, bring your sisters.
My sisters, Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But imagine if I went there and they're like, nah, your money is no good here, man. Now you have to go outside and get out. Yo, I want to buy something. Let's go get it from me.
No, money is
check your
good.
ID.
I can go and buy beers. Whatever I was going to buy.
I go with my
Whatever
sister.
coin, whatever, it really
government
counts
ID.
and not to our women in our community.
Do you know how funny that would be though?
That was so funny. You're outside peddling cash like, yo, let's go get for me at Canteen.
Yeah, I swear.
As if-
I'll give you two
candle, bro.
As if that reminds me of the times in school, when the canteens used to be really jammed up, like when Chiro more than you tell a guy, man, first buy for me this, and you get commission of like 2 samosas or something like that.
It's so interesting that like at Budo, that was only on like the last day.
Eh?
At Chitende where I was before, that was just every day at the canteen.
Yeah, I'm also confused the time you
That
say
was every
last
day at the
day.
canteen.
Bro,
What
it
they
was
say?
Because those are days when the
battle.
canteen would be like really.
You guys, we
But
Just
remember
we
girls'
fight
canteen might have been
for
a
the
bit
canteen.
different.
Let me tell you, boys' canteen, at least when I was there, bro, it was a struggle. And like the younger you are,
Oh
the
my
more of a
God.
struggle it is. 'Cause
Now, in primary, I feel like in my primary school, it was worse because I was in Gayaza. I feel like any Gayaza girl that's listening could attest, Gayaza Junior, the struggle was real on those canteens. You know, it was one, they would only be open on the weekends and for limited hours, like from 2 to like 5. So the whole school, like P1, P2, P3, P7. So the P1s would come in the line, you know, like let's say this
the
is the
line
window, this is the
above
window.
the-
Then you make a line like auntie, bagia,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
200. Then like, because the P1s had like 500 to spend, because that's the pocket money they would give us.
Yeah.
So like 100 bagia, then 200 the juice, like munana, that's why the juice. Then you go away. Like next now, as the P7s would have like lessons till like 3
on Saturday.
on Saturday and Sunday.
What?
Yeah, P7 because you have to pass. Okay? So
Did they
you'd
pass?
come.
Did everyone pass?
No, not really. we tried.
That's a big sacrifice for passing and you don't pass, man.
So like the P7s we're from class and we are hungry. So we come at the back, we'd get the biggest girl. Yeah, the biggest girl. To put pressure and push the P1s off. Like if there is pressure at the back, all the first ball would fall off. We'll just fall off. So we push, then all the P1s, P2s, like they just fall out of the line. But there were these persistent P1s that would hold on like the bar. And like, you're not pushing me.
Guys getting his baggy up.
Like, I'm
When I want to,
You're not pushing me.
First of all, you lost me at
Not
lines.
At line.
Lines.
that was also primary
Lines.
school. That was primary
Okay,
school.
now let me kill you. Us, the way the canteens were built is, I don't know if it's like every school, but you have like a window, sort
A
of
cage.
Yeah, that you order through, and there's only like enough space for your hands to pass.
Yeah.
But now in P1 you're short, bro. So like you're ordering while looking up, man. It was tough in P1, and by the time you've reached and like it's your turn to order, everything is done. So you're just getting like the last samosas.
Nah, Budo
Cassava.
was exactly like similar to that also. Well, I don't know what you're saying.
was
for you.
not.
Because okay, when this let me tell you what I remember. Let me tell you what I remember.
You were there at different times.
Yeah, you're there.
Maybe
Maybe
I didn't struggle at all
Okay.
with anything.
Now for me, in S1, okay, first of all, the canteen is like this. It's that same window, but then like I'd say like 2 feet away from the window, they put a bar like this so that you're not on the window itself. So you had to.
Thing, yeah.
So
Yeah, there's
now,
someone who can
there was
die
on
from
top of the
that
house, so
bar,
there was
bro.
that. Now, if you are like younger, like S1, the hierarchy in Budo, it's like an unspoken rule. Someone in an upper class can
Has
take
to
your
get
spot.
past you,
Like you
yeah.
cannot be, he cannot be standing behind you. Like if you're S2 and S3 cannot be standing behind you. If you're in
Without-
S1, so
without
it
any
compounds.
violence, meaning-
Now the funny
Yeah, you
thing,
have to
like you
bounce,
think
bro.
that it was violent, like he's saying, but like he just hold the back of your collar like this.
and
And
you
you
move.
just so you just feel like something like tagging like this,
Just
and you
know.
just know what's coming. You look behind, it's like a S6 tall boy, bro, 18. The guy has finished all his like adolescence, so you haven't even begun. Like
young adult.
this guy is ready for anything.
young
bro.
man.
He's ready to like. Guys pulling you like so. So that was like the rule. If you now try to fight that, that's when he'd now have to like get physical with you.
You
and,
know
like,
what's crazy is
Will
that
you?
you guys used to wait for them to tag. Us once you see them coming,
You
just move. Just move. Like you don't. You have to order while looking behind, man. Just walk away, bro. So I remember by the time we reached S6, we'd just be walking to the canteen, and you just see a bunch of guys moving, and you go and order, and you know because you're in the same class, it's orderly.
That's
Like
what though.
one guy will stand, is like, "What do you want?" You order. Yeah.
I feel like in that process, like people's change would get mixed up. Like you come out and you yourself that has if you went to like a 20k, you'd come up with like a 1k, and yet you went to just buy juice and
And you know what's mad is we didn't spend the most money at the canteens. These guys used to sell things at night. Like after prep, we saw these guys used to keep food. Like they had supper food, they keep it for after prep.
And sell it. And sell it.
Nada.
Oh my God.
Now, for example, like on a rice day, I remember at school they used to call it like cold power or something because it's cold, bro. You don't have microwaves to like warm it. This guy would keep like his rice from lunch.
With all the ingredients in
you mixture, all that jazz. Guys put in the oil, like, and I won't lie, that lunch was bussing. In high school,
would eat in the dining hall. In other schools, guys would eat in the dorm. So that's why a guy can do that. A guy can put the food under the bed and go for prep and come back and eat.
We had to
for bed.
Okay. Olive was used to. Olive was had to
the cockroaches would have kissed that
from
food.
the dining hall.
Okay, come on.
But you've reminded me of some story in my in my form 3. So we I'm just going to call her Dong because she was some crazy chick.
Adong, we are sorry.
That's what means an Adong came to mind.
So my friend, I don't know if Sophie is going to listen to this or watch this, but she probably will.
So, full government.
Sophie, shout out Sophie.
So you know that thing of like going buying your grab from the canteen and then you keep for like after prep. Then you can eat something before you go to bed. So maybe I don't like bought my hasumbis, like botany fries and chapo. So Sophie dodged prep and ate a dong's food and left her baby with the money. Like,
you put the money in my fund.
The chick comes and finds, he's like, whose money is this?
He's like, who's three bob?
They're like, yo, they ate your food, but the Charlie chick threw her feet. She was like, I don't eat money. I want my food. Wait, we could not sleep. She was like, Sophie, I want my food. It was so wild.
Oh, Sophie admitted.
I mean, it was Sophie.
Okay,
Sophie was Sophie. There was only one person who could do that.
We might be adults now, but Sophie and Adong are still ops, bro. Still ops.
We're taking the food out of my mouth.
But now, us we used to have guys who sell things at night. So the guys would like buy chapos from outside, sell them at night. Those guys used to make money, especially in like Essex, because you know you're going to read at like 2 a.m. You go with your chapos. Now, there was a guy who used to sell chicken.
Where would he get that?
From where?
Have no idea. Yeah.
You guys were eating the pigeons around.
Nigga, we were, bro. And there was an abundance of birds that went missing.
Abundance of birds, bro. You guys are eating guinea fowls.
Now those are kawa. Those are the edible, bro. Pigeons.
Yeah, there's a guy who sells chicken, bro. And then one day, he was my guy. And this is like S5, so he was in Essex. One day, this guy says, man, first escort me. I'm like, 2 years, like, hey, we're going to buy the chicken to resell. I'm like, hey, cool. Me, I thought it was inside school, but I see this guy going to the fence, jumps and is like, are you coming? I just walked back to door.
Bro, guys used to sell food at school. It was such an illicit trade.
Yeah.
But it was so profitable.
Bro, it was like selling drugs,
guys would make so much. Because the guy would sell you the burger. Depending on the time you're buying it. If you're buying it early, you might get it like at a more decent price. But the later it gets, the lower the supply, the
price
higher
discrimination,
the price,
bro.
And you'd buy those burgers at like 2 bob. Minimum price was 10 bob.
A chapo at 630 was 500. So a chapo at 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so crazy. But back to the canteen thing. In my O-level school, there were too many kids at that school. And the canteens never changed size, right? So the guys who used to buy stuff at break time, they were literally called flexers. Because it was called flexing. What would happen at break time. It was so bad, man. Guys would pass out. Guys' hands would get broken. Pass out. Flexing. Yeah, that thing you were saying about being too short, like guys would be literally lifted off the ground by the flexing.
Like a mosh pit.
It was literally like that, man.
Yo,
fighting.
That's so wild.
But some guys were so good at it, man. Like I would just come to that corner of the window and
just slide the hand.
When there's a melee this side, that was so sharp.
And get in and buy and
flexing.
My resolution to that when I was in primary, I just befriended the canteen lady, and I just come and knock.
Yeah, me too.
I knock, auntie, it's me Charity. She let
I
me
didn't-
in, I buy, get out.
No, I
what I'd
did
do is
different.
I'd keep the bandages from the like every time like I get like an injury, I keep the bandage. Or if you have like a friend who has like a what are they called, crutch?
Yeah.
You ask him, can I borrow it? So you can go and ask also from
Oh
the
my
side of
God.
the canteen. The lady tell her, yo man,
Your
madam.
life is
Now,
so fun.
that has
SCLs used
reminded
to
me.
enter the canteen, bro.
Yeah, me too. You see, now we all have different methods. Because for me, I just resolved to now just start giving them my money up front. So I'd give them a bunch of money. So at break time, they knew that me, I'm not one of these guys. I'll just go, pick my break, and boo, because it's prepaid.
Ah, that's fine. Now,
That's
as
dope.
me and my
That's
boy
dope
what we
idea.
decided to start doing
That's
was
dope.
break was at 10.
You guys on a meal plan, you guys.
Literally.
We would leave class at either 9:45 or like 11:15, one of the two. So we'd order either earlier or later, but the food would be there. Kept, yeah.
Actually, I also want to talk about that, as you guys were talking about the food, the supper food. So I remember there was this one guy when I was in my HSC. So, you know, you are science students and, you know, you couldn't get ample time to do all the stuff, eat and have fun. So there was this one guy, he was called Bosco. So this one guy used to eat food, people's food. Okay, he was an art student. So he would,
student.
yes.
That's
Please, yo.
I don't really know what's online.
So you would get your food and you would like keep it like on your case. And so this guy, he would come back to the dormitory and then he would eat the food. You know, the science guys who would stay in class up to like 12, you get it? So this guy would eat food, my food. So one time I decided to just put chili in my food.
So she said,
Yeah, I put there chili. It was more, it couldn't, like, I was so stupid to the extent that I didn't know that I also have to eat it. So I put there chili. I found my food there.
one bite, one suspicious bite, but
One piece of butter, one dip is it.
I sat on my bed and I was laughing at myself as I was eating that food.
Wait, you actually ate?
I was hungry. I hadn't eaten
Hunter
supper.
got hunted.
That's so funny, bro. But I'm so curious.
I want to ask you, how was that? You know, the number 2. You know, when you eat a lot of chili, yeah, it's hot.
It is hot.
So how did that?
It was freaking hot. But I was hungry.
was hot, but
The
it
hunger
was
had
yours.
That
to,
pop
to
is
take
not
away the
easy.
heat.
oh, you get used.
It was hot, but it was yours. At least I still do.
At least you're not hungry, man.
Yeah, it's fine. I wonder where the name Bosco comes from, man.
John Bosco?
It's like Italian, like from Catholicism or something.
Bosco.
Something like that.
John Bosco.
Sounds like it's German.
Can't even think of. I've never even thought about it.
Yeah, Bosco.
But it looks like an abbreviation or something like that.
Bosconia.
Yes.
So just like,
What about Didas?
What?
It's short for Adidas.
Didas.
isn't Didas actually
That's
Christian?
Didas.
I think it's Christian. I think it's a
Didas.
Latin name.
It's a
Yeah,
Latin,
man.
I think
Didas.
so.
Sounds
Yeah.
Latin.
Bosco Didas. They all sound kind of Catholic now.
Bosco.
that I think
I
about it.
don't know, man, Bosco
John
sounds
Christian.
African to me, bro.
Bosco.
Bosco sounds very African, but I know it's not.
Friday. I know. People named after weeks. That's a very African thing.
My mom's name is
June
one
is
of
a
the
nice
days of the
name.
week.
No. I'm not saying anything bad
June.
about them.
June?
No,
Yeah.
Mary's laugh, bro.
I'm just saying it's. I think it's very
Like
African
her
to
nickname,
have
man.
a day as your name.
Okay, but first you.
What?
Names that you only find on tombstones?
There are some names you only get to find on tombstones.
Bro, how do you know this?
No, you know, there are some names which are super old that people in this generation are no longer like giving them as
For
names.
example,
Knight. Have you ever found anyone being called Knight?
A night.
No, Knight, as in Knight. Night.
okay, maybe it's just
NIGHT.
like a maid or something. But
A maid?
Yeah. The
No,
maid's called my
it-
night.
No, maybe
Your
called
maid is
Knight,
called
man.
Knight.
Okay, there was one. That was one.
I won't lie. The number of guys called boy in my village.
Like that's his name.
Yeah, boy and girl.
But that's not their name, right?
Nah, it's a called boy, bro.
God of War.
Boy on the ID.
Boy. They are mob.
I don't know. Night is not a bad name in my opinion.
Night is actually fire, bro. I, won't
I kind
lie.
of like Night.
Night
Might
is
bring
better
it
than
back.
I might bring that one back.
Revive
man. I
it.
might bring that one back. Man.
Night. I won't change your contact, bro.
Okay, so what about like names that shouldn't be given to like babies, say Washington. Are you going to call a baby Washington or like
I see that's the thing.
like Joffrey?
I think that kiddo. I think we need to now bring back some of the old names, man.
Yeah,
Name
that's what
kiddos after their granddads.
And then I just
Or your
like,
kiddo like Herbert.
like how about not
Damn,
Jaden?
Jaden. There's going to be too many Jadens, too many Beyonces, too
Goretti,
many Rihanna.
Shaniqua,
Goretti, Margaret, like,
Felicity.
Felicity is a
Alice.
fire name, yo.
Yeah, but that name is old, bro.
That's fire.
If you're Felicity and you're 5,
Those are names that
Go-
there are some names where you just have to be born an adult.
no, that's
bro.
why it's going to be a leader, class monitor, what?
And who?
Felicity.
Felicity Jones. Who is that from?
It's a movie, I think.
It sounds like it's a character in a movie.
Yeah.
There are some names that
Felicity.
just sound adult, bro. Now,
You know-
if I find a baby called Bosco, bro, why?
After his granddad.
Eh?
After his
Baby
granddad.
Bosco.
But you guys, have you noticed
Clearly.
that there are some kids who are named after some trending shows or anything like that?
Like
I
there are
got-
many babies called Daenerys nowadays.
And
Man.
trust me, that you will find like in a few like, maybe years from now, you'll find Itanias, Mob Itanias.
Mob. I agree.
Yeah,
But
because
Itania is
now
a
it's
fire
pretty
name.
much
I
is
won't
popping.
lie,
Is
bro.
Itania's real name?
Yeah, it is.
What?
And also these guys who used to name kids after their favorite football players.
Ronaldo.
There ain't enough Henrys in this generation for me, bro. There should be a bit more Henrys.
They called Henry.
You guys, Ronaldo has lasted. Like I've had it from the time I was
But
young.
have you met anyone called Ronaldo? by
Okay,
the way?
Mugisha
Yeah,
Ronaldo. I know a
Ronaldo.
guy,
actually
bro.
know a
Ronaldo and who? What were they comparing him against? Ronaldo and who? Messi.
I know a
Those guys
Mugisha
have
Ronaldo, but
lasted.
he calls himself Ronnie.
Hey, I'd call myself Ronaldo, obviously, if my name was.
But isn't there also Ronald? Isn't that a name?
That's
Ronald.
Like a
Yeah,
rhyme.
Ronaldo is just Latin Ronaldo.
It's just Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo. It's some spice.
Ronaldo is spice to Ronald.
Yeah, I don't know what spices they eat that side.
But being Messi is not easy. Like the teasing at school, yo.
Messi, you're Messi.
Like,
No, there's
If
some
they
names
don't
that
know,
just
they
set
don't
you
know,
up
yeah?
for
It
bullying.
builds character.
man, you have to be a hard guy.
You have to, like, literally. That's how
you
it
have
builds
to be a
character.
hard guy.
But
just have to be
if
a
you've
guy.
gone through high school and you've
Sink or swim.
never gone through any character building, there's a problem with your high school. Not you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, school is training.
Do you guys want to talk about your weekend?
How was your weekend?
That was mine.
Yeah.
Let's start with yours.
Mine was actually really nice, man. I had a very, I don't know, just a very. Usually my weekends are nice and restful. Like I don't do much. I feel like I did a lot this weekend, but I still came out like.
I have
feeling
to
kawa.
apologize to you first, man, for
What?
making you mob wait, bro.
It's guy thinks I was waiting for him. Bro.
Nada, not waiting.
That's what I had your ticket. I think I was waiting for you.
Not
I
waiting.
thought I had his ticket.
But like,
Nada.
Someone gave me his ticket.
Hey.
Also, Moses Voice's ticket.
I think maybe mother gave it to you when she was leaving. No, had a nice weekend. Obviously Friday we were here, pod day.
very nice day,
That was,
bro.
that was a nice one. Nice evening, man. Listening to Paul, a night with Paul,
And
Cardamom
Jesse.
Coffee every Friday. And Magic did his thing as usual, bro. That song that you chose, man, spectacular song choice, bro.
I think that song is everyone's favorite song, but they don't know it yet. I put it like that.
It's definitely up there.
But I sang
You
that
sang
song
one
with
of
my
them,
full
yeah,
voice, bro.
One of the songs of all time. I had you in
Yeah.
the video.
Hey, I was
Me too,
shouting.
man. I thought that was him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
There was also
of
this
you.
guy,
Yeah.
he was shouting.
Both of you. That was a vibe, man.
It's such a good song. If love
I'm
is a
excited
crime,
for-
shout out Two-Face, to Baba.
Yes, if love is a crime. Friday was lovely. Went home early. What time did you get home? I left you guys at Terrace, remember?
Oh yeah, we actually went
I
to
got
Mali.
home
We
at
went to
like
Mali.
11.
Yeah.
No,
we did not.
Saturday,
me and my friends.
you guys didn't go home early?
Relatively early for a Friday, yes.
Okay, you guys will tell your story.
I went to Mali.
Sato, we had Jameson and friends. That was a big vibe as usual. It was Mapenzi edition, which I guess was for the love month. So there was a lot of like singing and a lot of like couples and a lot of red and a lot of. It was dope, man. Just a nice dope evening. When you guys left me there, I ended up blending in with the other people on our table. We left there, went to Crystal. It was dope, man. Just a nice, calm, wholesome evening of drinks and jokes and fun and peace.
No drama?
No drama at
No spice.
all. I had that meat guy wrap. The one with pork and chicken. Jesus Christ.
I keep
Spectacular
telling
wrap.
you guys to get that wrap when it's not wrapped. None of you do,
Spectacular
bro.
wrap. Or like a bowl, eh?
Yeah, like, don't get the chapo, whatever it's called, the tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get the ingredients in a silver pack.
They do that. Can they give me the ingredients in a silver pack and the tortilla
Yeah, you can.
for the same price?
Yeah.
They should make
I'll
like
do that
1
next
kilo
time.
so you because you're wrapping it yourself. Tell them I'm wrapping it
Not
myself.
for the labor. I'm just making
No labor, no labor.
As usual, they don't say, okay, for the silver pack, we're adding 2 more.
Bro, I won't lie. There is a day that Jamie had slapped. And I got that thing in jokes. And I've never looked back, bro. Never. So try it.
Nah, I'm not trying to have that at Jameson and Friends. But maybe one day. Sunday, I had a family meeting. My cousins. It was beautiful, man. Just nice and like, I don't know, it felt like very revitalizing, man. So I started the week well. I'm having a good week so far. Really, really good week.
Nice.
My spirits are up. I'm being very productive. Yeah, man. I'm feeling good.
Voice? How's your weekend?
I'm off camera, you just.
No one knows that I'm nodding at you.
Indeed. My weekend was okay. Went for Jameson. Was it? I had to leave early. Go for a birthday party, which I did. That was also really cool. Had a good time. Yeah, that was my weekend. At least you know what you care about with the viewers. Like like the events.
Details I can't
24 hours,
divulge.
bro.
The details I want to be remembered by. Boys, how's yours?
Basically the same. Friday we were here. Had a good time, man. After that, went to terrace. Was also a good time. Yeah, here was better. Terrace was alright. Yeah, I was very stressed at terrace, bro. I don't know why it's always that full. I think I'm growing up, man. Like, I'm getting old. Like, when I go to a place and I see a crowd, I just want to go back home, bro.
At the start of the year, I told you guys about vibrations, man. Vibrations don't lie, bro. The vibrations at terrace are a bit.
The vibration that day was
Wonky,
not
man.
vibrating,
Facts.
but it was
Vibrations
very
are kind of
still.
funny at terrace.
Yeah.
Especially
Starting from the
Brian.
moment you park, the method in which you park at terrace, it's not kawa, man.
Okay, we parked for like 5 minutes, man. But yeah, it was alright. Then after that, I believe we went home. If memory serves me right, we went home. I don't remember.
I left you there.
Yeah.
I left you there.
Then Saturday, I unfortunately failed to make it to Jameson. But I went for the birthday party. It was good time. It was a good time, man. I didn't expect to see as many people as I saw there. But literally like half of Kampala was there. I'm running into friends I had not seen for a while. Everyone wanted to buy the hat. So buy the hat, guys. We still have much, right?
The guy whose birthday it was, does he listen to our pod?
Babe, happy birthday.
Caleb.
Caleb.
Odd.
Yeah. So buy the match, guys. Everyone there wanted it, so buy it. Yeah, it was a good time, man.
It would be so interesting if we could hold guys accountable to that judge. Just go with like a hanger. Hey, you want the hat? Nah, I have it in my car.
Yeah.
I have it for you, bro. Give me
Green.
the cash, I'll give it to you.
Guys, I only use
In a
card.
boot.
We have a machine.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Flexi pay.
Like, you want the hat? The guy has opened this coat. He has hat.
If you use FlexiPay, it's 2 bob off. So just like that. But yeah, it was fun. Sunday, I was home the whole day. Oh, power went at some point. But yeah, I was home the whole day. So I left to go to Muyenga for a bit. Watched the match, went back home. So yeah, it was an okay weekend.
Charity. How's your weekend?
My weekend was kind of tiresome. So Saturday was relaxing because I went to church. Then Sunday we had we normally have Har Dubai. We have a chapter in Dubai. So the meetup.
Is it?
Yeah, we have
Tell
a
us
chapter.
about this.
Yeah, so How Working Women has a chapter in Dubai. Yeah, it's
Okay, what's a
small but
chapter?
it's growing.
What's a chapter?
Like a branch. Like you see, we have the main community is in Uganda, Kampala. So we have in Barara, we have in Jinja. Then we also have in Dubai. So we have a community of women in Dubai. Yeah, so for now, the community is still virtual. We meet virtually. It's small, but it's growing. There are consistency in numbers. So that meetup is always on the last Sunday of the month, which was the previous weekend.
That's fire.
Yeah, so
That's
I had to
fire.
coordinate that, talking to the women in Dubai, what are their challenges, interacting with them. Yeah, it's funny how, I don't know if funny is the right word, but it's quite interesting to engage with an older audience. And me, the moderator, I'm much younger. So it's interesting understanding such their problems, their challenges, what are their aspirations in life, what's making them happy in Dubai. I remember one of the ladies said she's a teacher and she was awarded the best teacher in her school. So that was a plus for her, a win for her. And all her colleagues or her fellow teachers, their salary was increased. So she was very happy about that.
Wow.
Yeah, and from the previous meetup, the conversation was she wanted a better salary, she wanted more money. So now she's saying it this month that their salaries were increased and she had an award. That was really nice to see.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, and please feel free to answer or not.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
they predominantly Ugandans?
Okay, so in Dubai, it's mixed nationalities. So far in the community, I know of one Ugandan, and then the rest are like Nigerian, from Ghana. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
So it's quite mixed. It's not only Ugandan, other nationalities as well, but they're black.
So Dubai listeners, man.
Yeah, Dubai listeners, guys. Every last Sunday of the month, tune in to our virtual meetup, How Working Women. It's always a blast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Comfort.
Hey, that's one day of the weekend.
Oh, that was Saturday.
Guys, that was Sunday. I said Saturday. Saturday I went to
Saturday was
church.
okay, nice.
Yeah, I went to
nice,
church.
nice.
Because I'm an Adventist, so the
Oh,
whole
nice.
day, church, then Sunday, preparing for the virtual meetup and also prepping for the week. I went to, it was my first time going for this branch that's always at Stonehaven. I didn't attend it as someone coming to eat the food.
Came as what?
I went to see, I had the Yalelo, the fish guys. They were doing a fish testing. I love fish, by the way. And I wanted to get them to come for our meetups as well to do the fish testing for the women. So it was like a business kind of thing. So I was at the doorway telling someone, because I know the managers, I
swear.
me to enter. They didn't allow me to enter because I hadn't paid, and I wasn't even dressed because I was in a sweater, in a casual dress, and everyone was in heels, face beat, what?
Yeah.
And when I pulled up, when I came out, all the ladies were looking at me like, is this girl here for
you've come
brunch?
for brunch.
What is just like this in flats? Is she here for brunch? Is she a service provider? But she has nothing.
I'm finished.
But in mind,
That's
I'm like,
rude.
Charity, you're here for the business. You're here for the business. Don't mind about this chick's comment. You're here for the business. So I reached the entrance and then they're like, what's your name? The checklist, the entrance list.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just here to talk to the guys of Yalelo. And you have to, they're inside and you have to wait for them outside. So I have the manager's number. So I just called the manager because I've talked to him before for something else. And I called him out and told him, man, I need your help. I need to talk to these guys. Kindly tell one of them to come out.
No, those
Yeah.
guys are strict.
Oh, this was a manager
Those guys are
of
strict.
Galileo or
No, manager of
Of
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven.
Yeah.
No,
Manager
I mean, you have to pay for it. But I remember there's this one time when I was supposed to go and they had written one name of mine.
what did they
Just my
What is
name.
your first name?
Voice.
The guy jammed.
Not
He was
popular
like,
people.
"Bro, you
They're like-
have to give me both your names." I'm like, the guys are literally there. I can see them. I'm waving.
Yeah, and they're real bouncers. There were 3 bouncers at the entrance with the thing of let this chick pass without
Make my day.
let this chick pass. So I stayed a safe distance. I thought like,
You're getting
like,
like
you
like
pass.
to pass.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm glad they didn't mag you outside because it was going to be a sight to see.
Bro, those guys, they're just waiting for you
And
to
you know what's
misbehave.
mad is there also guys who are just ready with their phones. They're like,
To record, yeah, content.
Okay, so
Comfort.
hey, Comfort doesn't think that's a
Sorry,
weekend.
I'll make
Sorry,
it
my bad.
quick. My weekend. You guys are starting from Friday, right? So Friday, we have the Her Executives dinner. So this is more like for the career, professional kind of driven woman.
there's
So-
like every Friday.
No, every last Friday of the month. So we usually have a guest speaker. There's wine. There's like really nice food at Sky's Hotel. It's 100K, but it's worth it. So it's Asian fusion kind of food. So 3-course meal. But then that's not the most important bit. The important bit is that you get to like network and connect with like career-driven women. So you have like surgeons. We've had like doctors, CEOs.
Okay,
So
let
it's
me
really
not
crazy.
lie.
Yeah.
Is it unlimited? Like bottoms? Like bottomless?
No, no way. Not,
But
it's
let me not
not
lie to you.
bottomless, but
You're
like
definitely better than me.
But deep
'Cause-
bottoms. The
yeah,
bottom
okay,
is...
deep. A little
So
bit.
guys say, "Mbu, this is like a networking event and there is food." I don't know, man. Networking comes second, bro. I need
For
fast
you,
food.
maybe for you.
It's a dinner.
No, but listen, the ladies who come for that know what they want. So they're really intentional with what they want to
Yeah.
get from the entire experience. Because we've had situations where like maybe some of them arrived late and they were not able to eat, but then they were able to like maybe pass their business cards around and connect with a few ladies. So it's great.
That's another thing about Friday, guys. Women can talk, eh? Like, I was so exhausted with preparing the
Really?
chair,
Tell
like,
us
organizing. And like the event has to end at a certain time. Like, I know in my head by 9, I'm supposed to be out of this place. But
Not shy.
ladies are
People
still.
are
But me, this.
talking.
I have a question. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And do you know what the worst part for us? We had lots of wine, so
That's
the combination.
they were in a state of
Those are the deep
I won't
bottoms
lie,
we're
yeah.
talking about.
Every single event I've gone for like that, I be hating. Because I'm like, okay, ask 2 questions.
yeah.
We are going to network after. Ask them.
Can I tell you that there are people who will ask a question, wait for others to finish asking, then they ask again.
A follow-up.
But yeah, a follow-up question. But on the other point that they didn't finish,
You know that
And
thing,
then
guys.
That also
Charity.
means that they're engaged
I
and
left-
like, there's value. You get
Which is
value.
kawa.
Your questions will be
Yeah.
answered.
But
so-
you know what kills me is
Shout
that
out
thing
value.
guys ever like parents PTS of me. Mine is not a question. It's just a comment.
yes, it's just a comment.
Bro, those are the worst, man.
Or I want to supplement on what the other guy
Because,
has said.
just to add on to
because
add on
because
to-
a question is like short question
Yeah.
question mark, but now this whole other statement business.
Yeah,
When someone
people
says
who
mine is
ask
not a
questions,
question,
but they're
I'm
making
like,
a
rah.
statement.
And before I have to first give you a background, so you know,
And I'm keeping it short.
I'd like to keep this brief. When someone starts like that, I want to keep this
Just
brief. You're like,
know.
no, this guy's not going to keep this brief.
Okay, so fast track. Saturday was really chill. I went to the salon, then went and watched my team get beat.
Who's your team?
We're together.
Yeah,
Manu.
Manu, yeah,
Tough.
but it is well. So
Even if it's not well.
first
But
we
well
know
with
it
us.
was
1-1, right?
It's well with
One,
us.
two.
also.
2-1, man.
no
2-1,
2. Yeah, 2.
Do you know the
It's
joy I
2-1.
had? Because let me tell you,
Yo.
we've been losing alone, bro. We needed some company.
And on a winning streak.
Anyway,
That kind of
so
Did you see that? Sorry, to
it's
digress
okay, it's
a
okay.
bit. Did you see that meme? The video of the guy who he was, I think, like a Arsenal fan or something, I don't know, but he was in a wheelchair at a football game and they're asking him like, yo man, he's saying like it's a narrate and what they call like a voiceover. It's like, yo, people always ask me what's one thing worse than being born lame. He's like, man,
God, that's-
being a Man United fan.
wow.
Because I can't over those guys are so I'm sorry. I was like, oof. That's a big oof size big. You see that?
I heard about
I
that.
can get that beef. Though.
As no in the comments, they cooked it. No matter what, they must have cooked him in the most insensitive ways.
That video
Yeah.
killed.
And you know what I
Where is this
realized
guy
is-
going with this?
It depends on the culture, but what I know is in the UK they can cook you and you will not do anything about it, bro. And you'll probably be fine. Because here, you can be sensitive about it. There, they are not, bro. So, yeah, it's probably
Guys just
not.
be cooking.
Yeah, lelo. Maybe cooking.
Then Sunday was family Sunday, so my brother, the one I thought is going to be leaving the country, so we did like this massive like family reunion. My grandma was there, my cousins. I was that auntie asking my nieces and nephews, do you remember when they carried you? Those things. Yeah, but
You
it
guys
was
were like, no.
nothing, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Nothing. Yeah. It was so hectic. I guess that's the reason why I woke up really tired yesterday, because it was just, we had a catering like service, but then my mom made sure we still cooked. I'm like, what's the whole point?
Do that. My mom
So
will do that,
we
man.
cooked. We cooked for the children, we cooked for the elders, we cooked for everybody.
Are you cooking like different food from the
Yeah.
caterers? Why?
More.
Yo.
I don't get
so
it, man.
now she's like, no, I think maybe the kids need like sausages, liver, and like maybe chips. Then, oh my God, it was just hectic. And then like local foods, because I'm from Lera, so she's like, maybe let's do malakwang and then like hal, whatever. So, man, it was so crazy. And it was hot. It was so hot. I think I showered like twice.
This is like Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday
was hot on Sunday?
Yo, it was so hot. Maybe
Sunday's
the
a day
kitchen was
train,
even
right?
hotter, but yeah. I was so exhausted. I went home, there was no car. I just...
Hey, they were making you cook at not your house.
Yeah,
That's
my parents'
crazy.
house. I live alone. I
Yeah,
don't live
okay,
with
so-
parents.
Like that. I was like, they really wanted you to cook.
Yeah.
Wild.
So that was it.
Okay, that's nice, man. Alright, what are we talking about today, man?
Radio and Weasel Weasel featuring
No,
Azawi.
radio.
Radio.
Radio and Azawi.
Radio and Azawi.
Yeah, I think Windex should explain this topic. This is your topic.
Radio featuring
Radio and Azawi.
Azawi.
No, honestly, I just also found it on YouTube, and then I watched a video of Azawi saying that she's the one who is singing that radio part. But now they did some auto-tune to make it sound like it's radio, and it's all AI generated.
Okay. That's interesting. I guess just for a bit of a background. I
Yeah,
thought
some
Windex was going to
context.
give-
Let's
I
give
thought
a
Windex was
context,
going
bro.
to give a background.
He just finished
He finished my
the point,
sentence.
bro.
No, so apparently there's an AI generated song,
What's the name of the song?
Masavu.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the channel.
Nah, the AI generated song, and it's Mozey Radio featuring Azawi, and it really sounds a lot like Mozey Radio.
That's what I said.
The riffs, especially the riffs for me, bro, like the extra stuff that he does with his voice,
But I'll say
it
this.
sounded like Mozey to me.
I'll say this. Okay, so we were listening to this song earlier, and Charity said that. Okay, let us say what her
Yeah.
viewpoint was. But for me, I'll say this. What I found slightly off. Okay, if I say your point, because what I've said builds on your point.
I feel like it was the Mose radio voice was lacking a bit. I don't feel like it was that staunch Mose radio him. But then I understand with AI, it's trying to mimic, Mose radio. But I think it's happened recent when he had just died. There's another guy who started impersonating him, started wearing like him and singing the same songs like he sang and the same tone. I mean, you could easily mistake it for that guy.
him.
Yeah, but it wasn't that like a staunch Mose radio. I feel like it was lacking.
Now, what I agree with you on is why it's lacking for me is he doesn't go high. So the way he's singing on the whole song, the AI, is very, can I say, monotone. And for me, in my mind, like when I think of radio singing, I think of Sweet Lady. Right now, that's the first one that came to my mind. No, he goes like Sweet Lady.
Yeah.
There was none
That
of that.
was, yeah.
There was a lot. It was a lot of that. But but it was like radio himself singing flat. You know what I mean? What gave it to me. What gave it away for me was there was no inflections and all that. Like, country. That
but
sounds type of vibes.
But I think that it's to the untrained ear, You can easily tell that it's
It's
radio.
Yes.
And
No, I think even to a trained ear.
trained
Even to a
ear.
trained ear. Like it sounds like he is the one singing, but it just sounds like he's not singing his hardest. Or to put it like you said, like he's not like how, you know what I mean? Like it's not how we hear him singing on his tracks. Yeah, like where he's like, because he's a guy who like everyone was saying like, okay, Weezo is the wild one, then he's the calm one. But no, even this guy would like really sing, bro. Like he'd be singing high, be singing low, be like, and that was missing in that. But now I'm thinking, is that more of the AI or is it like the songwriter who wrote the song?
Auntie, that's what I'm saying. Like they're calling it an AI-generated song, but really it's just Azawi singing with a Mose radio effect.
Yeah.
On her voice. So
So
like
can she do
a
the
lot
rest?
of the high jazz, a lot of the low jazz, that was like a creative choice of Azawi's as opposed to
But the voice,
AI itself.
the AI voice sounded crisp. I actually want to know some
That's a
background on
crazy
like
filter.
how much they had to train the AI. What did they train the AI on?
And
Yeah.
Stuff. I have like technical
Yeah.
I want,
questions.
yeah,
I
me
feel
too.
like big ups to Swangs. If Swangs pulled
Are
that off.
responsible for it.
Yeah. But is that
But if
we're
it
talking
was,
about legality.
why would it be on that
Is that something
weird
that's-
page if it's Swangs? Why is it on Swangs page? It's not Swangs.
It's not. I don't think it's an official song.
It's not official.
Is
It
it
must have
even
been her
Azawi?
playing around.
Azawi sang it.
She admitted, she said I
Yeah,
did that.
she sang it, but then I don't think it will be put on her YouTube page.
She
to
might
show
have been
that
just
she's
playing
actually
around.
owning it. It feels like something she did when, like, maybe like when they were in a studio and they decided to make something with AI. So I don't think it's an
And
official
to
song
be
because it's
fair-
even on random YouTube channels. It's not
Yeah.
on their actual YouTube
And
channels.
to answer your point, you don't have to teach the AI. There are AI models that just replicate voices. Like you just have to give them a sample of the initial voice. So haven't you seen a lot of those on TikTok about SpongeBob singing this, blah blah blah? Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
But like for me, what I'm thinking is, yes, you have to give it a sample, but people underestimate just how much of a sample you have to give the AI before it comes up with
So it
something
depends on
that
the
is-
sample.
that is good
so
for you.
clear,
Yeah.
so similar.
Yeah, like you have to give it a lot.
You
I'm
have to
wondering,
give
what
it
were they
a
training it
lot
on?
of samples.
They
So
must
they
have given
probably
it
get
all
like
the guys'
25
albums,
songs,
all
some
that,
just like that.
a
Yeah.
lot. Because I saw a video of a guy who was trying to do deep fake technology, and he was basically he's this YouTuber guy, and he basically for some context, he does skills. Every video is like a different skill. So like the skill this episode can be like how to break an apple in half with your hands. So he documents how long it will take him to learn that skill from like zero to like doing
finally
it, like
doing it.
mastering it. So he was doing deep fake technology. Like how long does it take to do a deep bro? It takes a lot. Like just to get a deep fake of himself, he had to like train this model on like thousands of pictures of himself to get something that was just barely, can I say, presentable as like,
Yeah.
okay, look, he
And to
really
be
had
fair,
train
it
that
also
thing.
depends on how popular the person is. So in comparison,
Facts.
SpongeBob would be a
Much
lot
easier,
more
yeah.
simpler because there are many SpongeBob things on the internet
That you
Yeah.
can download and feed your
Yeah.
AI on.
I feel
And
like
to be
Mose
fair,
would
even the
probably
AI
be fairly
itself,
easy.
if it's connected to the internet, can also figure it out.
I feel like Mose, with his catalog, if you just run his catalog through a machine multiple times, like hours and hours of it listening to Mose, it will learn his voice.
It's
possible.
Which is like, that's what they did, but it's a lot more complex than that. Those are the questions I have, like the technical questions, like how? Because I know if you're putting in his voice, the AI treats it as like one audio file, so it will be like also picking up the drum patterns, the beats. Do they have to first get just the vocals
So it's like
of radio?
acapella
Like
just-
stems,
So it's just
Just
radios,
his
yeah.
voice. Just his voice.
How
but-
did they do this? How did they do this? And
That-
do I have
that
access to
AI
this
can
technology
separate
so I can sing my own
stems.
Weezo songs?
Yes.
It can separate stems, so it probably did that. So maybe you just have to use the entire catalog for it to get something.
But
like
you have
that.
to get all the catalog, remove all the vocals, stem wise.
AI
No,
does
the
that.
AI.
The AI does that, not you.
There's a lot of AI that separates stems nowadays.
But
yeah,
I'm saying if you had to do it for radio, you'd have to now put in that AI song by song, and then you get the vocals separated, the files, then you put them in another AI that now learns the voice.
no, the AI does that. Like
Oh,
the
that's
stems.
separate.
It actually, yeah, you can do that. Have you
You
guys
just have to have enough source material for it to do that.
Have you guys listened to this Michael Jackson thing? Like, people have been trying to remove the instruments, and then he's only singing. Like,
Yeah.
how talented this guy is without the
But
instruments.
that
and all
wasn't
that
AI
shit.
though.
Doesn't even
It
have
is
to-
the
but there's
AI, bro.
MJ now.
It's
Oh,
AI.
yeah, he's checking his
Yeah,
thing.
of him singing.
And
The
it
one-
sounds so silly,
Singing
bro.
like current songs. That is MJ.
Because like, rah,
the
what
one- the
hell
video
is
I saw
going
was
on here?
Singing like a
It has to be having
singing like a young thug
so
song
weird
with
without
a
instruments.
I saw a video similar to that, but it was a producer who actually had Michael Jackson's stems. So he was showing how he used to vocalize and harmonize, going stem like what one small section, which is just like a ooh ah, can have like 12
Okay, that's
vocals underneath
that's
of like this
long,
guy doing
man.
ooh, then ooh, harmonizing that ooh.
Wait, let me tell you, back in the day, it was so complex to make music because, for example, you see out here we have 4 channels. Those guys would have boards with like hundreds of channels, and each of those channels is a stem. So if you record drums, and drums, I'm not meaning all the drums, you're recording a kick drum, that's one stem. Snare drum, one stem. One guitar, one stem. And by the time you're done, a song has like, 60 stems? Then you have to add vocals, where probably in the verse, there are like 4 different things. It was so long, bro. And so by then it wasn't automated in that you'd click a button and then the volumes shift. You have to do it manually. So, at this part, say the verse, the drums have to be much lower than the guitar. So you have to do it manually, shift it. It was long, bro. So imagine.
On the topic of AI, I'm going to get back to the radio and Weasel thing, but I heard that Reddit have sold their information or are considering selling their information to some AI farm for them to use to like develop like
Develop what?
whatever, bro.
Develop what? Because
That's not. They're apparently in the final stage of selling their information.
Reddit.
Man, it's a company. I'm not surprised. It's a social media company. That's what they all do.
For AI though, AI purposes.
Yeah,
which is
I
great.
agree.
like they all do that, man. Like
Reddit has many things, bro.
But just imagine, that's the worst group to get information from, bro.
it's going to be so
After
skewed,
Twitter, it's
skewed
going to
left.
Let me tell you, Reddit does not have any privacy policies. Guys post whatever they want.
twisted
Oh
group to
my
get information
god.
from.
That girl skewed. Like you're getting the jokes of any situation.
You know,
I don't know.
If you want to know a company is
hilarious,
crazy,
man.
you know when you're signing up, they ask you for your names, blah blah blah. What name are we going to use? Username. Reddit gives you a random. That's how you know it's crazy. Like by the time you put there your name, it's yours. You decided.
Before 4chan was like, is it 2chan or 4chan?
4.
4chan, eh? Was Reddit already there when it was also there? Or it just replaced it?
I feel like 4chan is older, but I don't know. I don't
Because
quote me on this.
Because the entire concept of
I don't
4chan is what Reddit is using.
But I don't know. I just feel like in my heart of hearts that 4chan is older, man.
Honestly, me when I look at it, it's just like a rip-off. It's more like a 4chan rip-off Reddit. Maybe with a twist.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But shout out Reddit, but not necessarily shout out 4chan because I'm not yet on there. Like that. Shout out Reddit.
Oh. Now, what I wanted to say actually about the radio situation is what surprised me the most were the comments. People were so touched in the comments.
Thanks to
People were like, thank you, Azawi deserves Artist of the Year for doing this. It's so nice to hear your voice again. We miss you, da 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 da. So like, I know that the guy whoever created that thing is literally rubbing his palms together like, oh, this is what the people want.
You're about to see like an album, bro.
I saw a day.
I wanted to even
Covers,
ask, like, will
yeah.
it get to a point where he can like make money out of that? Because
His
I'm sure there are
family.
people who will be willing
To pay for that.
to pay for that
yeah.
stuff. Like maybe you could. I don't know if he has like songs that he didn't record. I don't know if anyone could get their hands on it, on the songs rather. But imagine that happened. Like someone got their hands on his songs and then they produced
The
it.
AI thing is
That's
something that I
interesting.
think
Yeah.
the music
Could be so
industry
wild.
hasn't figured out this AI thing yet.
Yeah.
So like, unlike things like image rights, so like rights to your music that you had recorded, I don't think I'd ever anticipated computers being able to like create music using your voice.
Yeah.
So now it's hard to say who owns that voice, especially if the guy whose voice they're using is dead and his estate doesn't necessarily have a right to his voice. Per
Yeah,
se.
yeah,
They have
that
to
makes
use
so much
likeness,
sense.
man,
Yes.
that voice.
So that's something that like it needs to now also be now put into the law that like
I was
Is
just going to ask as
likeness
a
part
lawyer,
of
what
the
would you
voice?
say?
that's the
What would
thing.
you say about that?
Likeness.
Yeah.
Likeness is about looking
Image,
alike.
yeah, like.
Yeah.
It's not about
It's not
sounding alike. Otherwise, the
Yeah.
weekend.
But even
And
does
Michael
that also
Jackson
like
did not.
apply for the semantics even for artists? Because like that's like an audio now
That's,
lane.
that's part of the reason why these UMG guys left TikTok.
Oh yeah.
They also failed to agree on the AI thing. So now if
'Cause
an
here's the
AI
thing.
guy comes and makes a song using Drake's voice, and that song pops on TikTok,
These guys want it all.
where do we
But
stand?
First chill AI. You release a song. I release a song after you, but I sound like you heavily. Is that also likeness?
Nah,
If we're just
we just sound similar.
In
I
the
know
eyes
it's
of the
long,
law.
bro.
We just sound
You're not biting. There's no biting in there.
Can I prove that it's me on that record? If you go to court and you rap it and I rap it and we sound similar, they can't say I've copied you. It's my voice. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's that.
I don't know,
That bit is still kind of tricky.
I see why there are a lot of countries trying to figure out the AI thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it. We have AIs that are literally doing the opposite things in society, and that's already controversial.
Yeah.
So, for example, in the US this week, they had an AI. They were trying to sue some AI guys for, like, you know how people have been creating a lot of, like, nude images of, like, Taylor Swift, blah, 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 blah. So they're trying to sue guys for creating nude images of people. But now there's this AI company that does the opposite. It's dressing up people. And now they're also suing for that one. So it's long, bro. It's actually long. I won't see an end to it in the near future.
For me, it's just like how scary it is, even besides just the music. You know, Pictures by William. Was it last week when he posted a couple of AI generated photos, and people didn't even notice because already they have like this trust in him that he actually does really dope photos. And then he was like, I posted this thing. Was it 24
this
hours?
is on Twitter.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was
I
like
saw
no
those
one even
pictures.
noticed. But obviously, the real photographers would know like the nuances, like things that, you know, an artistic eye would pick.
Yeah.
But most people were like, oh my God, this is so great. I also want a portrait. And he was like, yo, guys.
Let me not lie to you. Let me not lie to you. I saw those images.
And he asked, is this going to, and he asked, does this scare you or it excites you? Something like that. And most guys are like, yo, it's actually really scary. Because no one knew.
True. I saw those images, and to be honest, if I'm being very honest, they looked very real to me.
Exactly. Even
And I've
me,
done photography before.
Yo, this
normally
shit was
with
so real.
AI, when people want to tell the difference, you look at the fingers, like there are things it hasn't yet perfected.
Yes.
But like these images were real. They were very real,
And I
and
can
it was
only
very
imagine
scary.
the kind
Because I
of
was like,
prompts
it looked like Uganda also, man. I was like, this skyline, I see Waka's house. Where am I?
yeah.
Yo, you should see those images, man. It looked real.
But I heard about like an AI model being signed to like a modeling agency. Like
Is it?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
AI models.
that's-
Yeah, I know
that
that
seems
shit.
like a
I've heard
publicity
about
stunt.
IG models.
No, it
They
has
even
been there
have
for a
IG
bit.
models.
They
IG
even
models
have
have been
all
there for a bit.
the
Okay, I know
OF
like those Japanese
pages.
waifu girls that
But
you
still
can
those ones.
like
No,
a
now
real,
like
realistic
looking,
photorealism.
real looking.
Photorealistic.
They're
The only
creating
thing that
IG
I've had-
models with pages, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With millions of followers now.
Yeah, they've been there.
But apparently, like, because they haven't figured out their fingers, their hands are covered in everything.
Their fingers are a bit crazy.
She's
to
like,
figure out.
side, that pic.
Like it will be 4 fingers, but by the end they are 3.
Yeah.
They
But you-
nailed into
Do you
each other.
guys know that I'm actually afraid of AI based on what is actually going to happen when it comes to the legal system? Okay, they used to use videos like in case you get someone like committing a crime and then you record them. But now the fact that you can now generate an AI video like from scratch
An AI
without getting the
image,
person,
wow.
just using deepfake and all that stuff, it is crazy. I recently watched a video on MKBHD. He was also talking about this video. They were comparing it to of Will Smith eating the spaghetti.
Eating spaghetti.
Yes, eating spaghetti. It was so cringe. Like the way it looked first, like a year ago, it was so weird. And then he was comparing it to the one which is being done right now. Like, and the time frame is just like a year. They are just a year apart. And the rate at which it has grown to, from the other stuff to what is actually happening right now, it is so crazy. And if you're to give it like 5 years from now, believe me, you won't need a Melvin there. It will be just AI talking.
Those,
you need the
I don't know
Melvin,
about all
the
that.
Windeck.
No,
like,
no, like-
edit this for me.
And
No, that one is even worse.
they will eventually fix the fingers. They will fix the hands.
If we're being real,
They will fix the hands. I don't think that's a big, a big thing.
fix the
If they
hands.
give
They
it
won't have
time,
like
they will
Melvin's
fix the
Let me
hands.
sense
tell
of
you,
humor.
In a year from now, when all of us own like Vision Pros and we just want to shoot a pod at midnight in our beds, it will be so simple.
Type me a
Did you watch
Melvin
Uncle Mo's
MJP
video about
pod.
the Vision Pro?
No, I haven't.
Wait, he has one.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Then Uganda already.
No,
Yeah.
no. He
He doesn't have one, like, he made a video.
about it, about the Vision Pro.
About
his
it.
commentary, social commentary on the Vision Pro.
Not a review or unboxing. No.
Uncle Mo unboxing would be crazy.
Unbox.
Uncle Box. That's what you
Uncle
We have to put into that one before he takes it.
Okay.
Avatar.
Avatar is where you want to go.
You guys watch
Let's go to
Avatar.
Avatar, I guess.
Why so fast? Bro?
So, let's first take it somewhere else. But we're coming back to Avatar.
How did it go somewhere else, actually?
Before you start talking, I wanna ask you something. Is it only me who is just late to the party?
About
Like, I think Avatar, it's more like, as you know, like when you're creating maybe let's say a Reddit account, they tell you to create an avatar. So I was like, wait, it's more like a picture or something which represents
An
who is
avatar, like a
behind it, I
likeness.
think.
Yeah.
No, that's what the word means. Like in the dictionary, an avatar.
And now the fact that there are mob avatars who are you having that power, like in case you're the avatar, you can access all these avatars. Doesn't it feel like you're more like the profile picture of the entire avatar?
Which
You
avatar are you
understand?
talking about?
No, he's
Avatar
saying,
you talking
he's
about?
saying Avatar
Or the
that
word,
show.
the meaning of avatar.
Yeah,
He's
the
trying to
actual meaning
create
of the
a
avatar.
connection.
About avatar.
I feel like
Like
it's
you
the
have
actual
an avatar. That's
Like
what you're
he's a
saying.
representative.
No,
of
a
like-
representative
I
of
think
something
the
behind.
actual meaning of avatar is avatar of the blue people. That's like a real
Of
avatar.
the blue people.
Yeah, that.
No. This avatar, last Airbender. Because was
confused.
okay. Let me just
Okay, let's first Google avatar.
No, okay. Now the one with the blue people, that's the one where it's easier to draw the
Like the
line.
dictionary,
Yeah.
yeah, avatar.
It's easier to draw the line in that one. But now the one of the last
Last Airbender.
Airbender,
It's
I have
just
to-
a word.
I've figured that one out. I've seen like where they were coming.
Do
Must
you
be like
guys know-
definition 2.
Yeah.
Well, it's like 4. The last one.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, it's a
Okay,
guy
the
who
first
can
one,
control all
like
4
this. The
elements.
second one,
You know,
a bend.
Master of all 4 elements.
guys, you know where it made sense to me? You know, like when I was watching, I don't know whether it was episode 1, when she was in some chick's this previous avatar shrine, and then she took over the body. So that's where it hit. I was like, wait,
He's an avatar for the
avatar
previous
is just
avatar.
a representative. It's like an image of what happened.
Okay, that's
That's
smart.
That's how.
That's actually smart, bro.
Avatar,
I won't lie,
the
that's
incarnation
smart as
of
hell.
Hindu deity.
Wow.
You
that's
overthought, but it's smart.
Incarnation.
Yeah, the
An
incarnation.
of Hindu deity.
Yes,
Avatar, eh? That's
Yeah.
that's a real word.
that's also a meaning.
That's also a meaning.
Mm.
Oh, that's
Okay, now
dope.
you're
I thought like
Incarnation
definition
in
like
human
2 or 3
form.
words.
Yeah.
It makes
An
sense for the
embodiment.
cartoons.
That's
a
dope.
reincarnation of what?
An incarnation in human form. An
Okay,
embodiment.
Since when they didn't let us leave, we can talk about avatar.
Yeah, okay, let's go. We're here now.
We're here now.
Uh-huh.
Have you watched it?
I
First
cool,
of
so
all,
I
first
you
still
of
guys?
haven't
all,
watched it.
Charity. Nah, you start.
No, I was just saying I still haven't watched Avatar. Yeah, I feel like Charity hasn't watched Avatar yet, bro.
Yeah, I've been
That's
watching
your
Avatar.
that's for you to discuss.
Comfort, have you watched Avatar yet?
Not yet.
Wait, have you watched the cartoons though?
Yeah, the cartoons on Nickelodeon,
Anime,
the
yeah.
whole series. Yeah,
Okay.
from beginning.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
'cause
this
last
side
week,
of the room,
man, our-
this side of
our
the room
guest-
hasn't watched this new
Yeah.
live action Avatar. So you guys can take it away.
Okay.
Episode 1, I guess.
We've
So
only
for
watched
me,
episode 1.
I need to give you some context here. Like Avatar for me as well, like one of the first guys to watch Avatar, bro. Like
On Earth.
only like why? Like I was one
You are an Avatar for the Avatar fans.
I started watching this thing in like P6, you guys.
Yeah.
So it has a very special place in my heart, bro. And I've watched it several times ever since. So there was a movie before this, if you remember.
I remember.
Yeah.
Directed by M. Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Something like that. That movie was garbage, bro. Hot trash. So I was very skeptical when I heard that Netflix is doing some new, adaptation. They had mashed up the previous adaptation. I saw Bleach and about what other Death Note. So I wasn't
to be
very
fair,
interested in this.
They got One Piece.
One Piece had.
That's the one I didn't even watch.
has
I
had
lost me by
hype.
then. Cowboy Bebop were rubbish.
Trash.
I didn't even give them that chance. So this thing I had like very low expectations, bro. And I also haven't watched the whole series, just episode 1, which was an hour long. But I'll say this: when I switched it on, I got pissed immediately. I was like, "This is not the cartoon." Ugh, ew. But then I realized, like, okay, for like a bunch of people around the world, this is gonna be their first introduction to Avatar, So let me watch it from that angle. Like, does this do justice to what I like? And from that angle alone, I think they do. They capture all the story beats. They capture the emotional beats. Like, you get the you can feel like these guys who made this thing watched the show, the cartoon, they understood the thing, and now they are limited by real people and cameras.
Yes.
So they have to kind of like, and not even from like a graphics point of view, I mean like story-wise
Yes,
and
just
stuff.
from they have to make it like still consumable for guys who are not trying to watch a cartoon necessarily. Just be different from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Now, like cartoonish things can't happen.
No, they can't. And I realized like, so that small differences like that, like for me, one thing that really irks me is he doesn't need his freaking staff to fly.
That thing act you.
Yeah, that he doesn't need it.
For me, that's like one of the changes apparently that they made.
That you love.
For me, not that I love it, but it just makes sense.
That it's like
it makes
Legend of
sense.
Korra.
Like like he should be able, if he can manipulate
like here.
he should be able to like fly without that thing.
But
Yes.
you see, here's the thing. When I was watching episode 1, to be fair, this is how I thought about it. So first of all, I don't hate it, and I think I talked about this in the last pod. I actually like the show from episode 1 at least. They made changes that make it a live action. So, for example, in episode 1, they give you a lot of backstory, which the cartoon doesn't. The cartoon, you have 24 episodes. You figure out the backstory in book 2, like episode 20, some just like that. This one has 8 episodes. They summarize it well. Of course, some of the characters have to be switched up again because it's not a cartoon. But this is what the flying thing without the staff, I think this is how I interpreted it. I was also like asking, like, how is he flying without a staff? But in my head, he's falling, bro. Because that entire
Controlled
first scene,
falling.
it's just controlled falling. That's how I see it.
For me, how I saw it is just like my budget restrictions. Like they can't have the fan up every time he's flying. It's like
Because
extra
to be fair, you
animation.
see it in the trailer.
At the end of the episode, he flew with the fan.
Yeah.
And actually, now this was the show I had. This one I knew I was watching a movie, not a cartoon, because you can tell that they wanted to keep it as accurate as possible, but they had certain constraints. And that's why I feel like that fan fell in the budget, not necessarily creative choice. Because there's a point in the end of, remember, okay, now this will be like a throwback to the first episode of Avatar, when he's flying away from, it's like the second episode actually, when they're being captured on the ship, he flies away with his cast stuff, then Zuko burns the stuff.
Yeah, like a
and then he
downward
falls,
thing.
Yeah? So that happens. But up until that point in the show, he had not flown with the staff. So they only kept it as a plot device, like a plot, like, you know.
Yeah, like
Okay.
we know you guys want to
What
see some
is-
similarities.
But we
let's give
can't
you
do
this
it, but
one.
let's, you know.
No,
To be
guys,
fair.
the physics is here.
To be fair, you have a point.
Yeah.
'Cause in that scene in the cartoon, he actually goes into the Avatar state. Don't you remember?
When he falls in the
so
water.
when he falls in the water, he actually goes into the Avatar
And
state and
comes
comes
back
back outside.
Mm.
Yeah,
Guys.
I won't spoil for guys who haven't yet watched.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I'll say this. So I was thinking, why didn't they just have the fan the whole time? If you need, because at that point, based on the logic of now
From
the
the
show,
bedroom.
out of the logic of the show is this. He doesn't need the staff to fly. So if you shoot his cast staff, he can still fly.
Yo,
So
guys,
now it's
he will
now
fall systematically.
Yeah,
No,
but like
let
he
me
can
tell
fall
you
in now,
something,
you know,
you guys.
why is he now falling?
falls
like
in
he's
angles,
like, now he's not. There's no systematic falling after that guy banned the thing. He now like crash landed, like a
guys,
plane.
here's the
you know?
thing. Okay, you guys are talking about the stick. Fine, he can bend himself up.
Focus on the stick.
He can like bend himself up, but being able to glide up, that's where the stick comes in. Understand? Like he can be bending all the
So with
way,
the wind-
but then
when he's bending,
Do
he's
they-
like propelling.
yes,
as
it's more
opposed
like the
to
engine, the
gliding,
thrust
eh?
force which lifts him up, and then afterwards, this is the one which enables him to not keep on bending
have you watched
to
the show?
wherever thing he's going. I've watched the entire season.
Of the whole season,
Yes.
that's live action. So do they?
No.
I don't ask. It's not a spoiler question, but do they
Fix
go
it.
that direction in the show? Like they explain that the beginning
he
part is just
glides.
thrusting, then the glider is for gliding. Like, does that become clear by the end without spoiling? It's a
No,
simple
no.
yes or no.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Okay, so come out. For spoilers' sake, you know what I mean? Like,
Come out.
Not like that because in this episode 4 they actually. yeah.
It makes
Nah,
sense.
But I will say this also: the visuals are good.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah,
yeah,
they're passable.
good.
You can use
at least
them.
they're better than what they gave us with the last Airbender.
Had something, but it's going to spoil.
But I'll
Yeah,
say this
we'll
like,
revisit.
I saw some weight listening
okay,
somewhere.
cons, pros. I'm glad they used I can't say this, but like the right Asians this time, you know.
the correct race.
They look the correct Brocamo like that. Like the first one was a bit crazy. It was jarring for everyone who was, you know, not M Night Shyamalan. Then that was a big one. bending is on point. Story beats are on point. Like, it's not a cartoon, they take it serious. I felt like at least they took it serious. Yeah, like it's a serious subject matter. Another thing I liked, backstory, and that backstory thing you touched on. Now, that's the reason like I didn't like it at first. Like I was like, this is not how the original show started. Like, why are they showing us all this backstory? But then I realized like this is actually really cool because this is now the show doing what the animation can't. Like you get like backstory now, and the backstory made so much sense because it was so thematically in sync, can I say, with Avatar, Last Airbender. So it doesn't seem like, it seems like this is backstory that could have been animated also. Like it's that good. So and I'll say like Fire Lord over Sozan's comment. Yeah, like by the end of that episode, you know like why they named him. Okay, it's not that it's so hard, but it's hard. Yeah, like they named the comet after him, and you know because after that it's called Sozan's comet.
There are 4 elements here, but why is this Zuko's sister having lightning?
Okay, so there's a mechanism in that thing whereby every bending element has a kind of secondary element. Yeah. So water guys can also bend blood. Earth people can also bend metal. Yeah. Air people, I don't know actually.
Yeah, it was flying. Actually, that was their thing.
Thank you for bringing that.
But it's in Korra.
Thank you for bringing that.
It's in Korra because like once you let go of all your attachments to the world, now you're weightless. You can fly. I was like, you guys.
I guess the teachings of Guru Lahima. Guru Lahima says.
Guru Lahima.
I've been watching this thing, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a problem with me where I try to make physics sense. If you're a bender, like you bend water, why are you moving with water? Because like if you're using it like a weapon, the human body literally has water. It's like.
That's where blood bending comes from.
That's water bender figured that out, but they made it illegal because like it's like it shouldn't be. It's like messed up
taking away someone's control
someone like that. So they said, okay, blood bending is now
illegal,
taboo,
because now you're bending the water in someone's blood.
Because you can even like.
Because that chick even pulled water out of air, bro.
There's levels.
You can even create like a vacuum if you're an airbender. You can create like a vacuum
which happens
around
in Korra.
Someone, and then
you remember that episode?
Not every airbender will be able to do that.
And also, probably killing is illegal. You can fight with your bending, but killing is maybe illegal in that world also.
But in Korra, there's that episode where Zahir creates a vacuum around the guy's head. Yeah, and then takes out the air out of his body.
There's also a guy who like they literally like suck the air out of his body. Like you see it living like.
The king guy.
I think they should make Avatar R-rated.
Why? Just watch the cartoon.
It's in the cartoon. Do you remember that bit where guys were asking about like, what earthbenders, the earth is there, the water, what fire, where does the fire come from? Then guys were like, air combustion over the sun. What? I was like,
But that's one of the things that they tried to answer in the M. Night Shyamalan version that they just knack. Because they said that, okay, so fire guys, their response was like, that whole spontaneous combustion theory is rubbish. So they need to have a fire source.
Yeah, so they bring the fire.
Guys will be there with like lighter. He has like a lighter.
Guy throws it on the ground.
Another guy is pulling the flame from the light. I'm like, bruh, relax.
Wow.
Just give us this, the fantasy.
Okay,
but
man, I feel like now me, Charity, and Comfort.
That's all that I just wanted to ask this water bending thing. I don't know if you guys had this. If you guys have ever had this story before of the rainmakers in Mukono.
I didn't see you going there. But I like where this is going. I like the direction you're heading in.
So apparently, once upon a time, okay, not so long ago, there was like some sort of like witchcraft competition going on in
just
Africa.
Like a competition.
Yeah. So the Nigerian, and it happened in Mukono, Mbu. So the Nigerian guys brought their guys, Congo, what are the guys in Ese called again? Sangomas, what? So...
Why Mukono? But anyway, we'll answer after.
So this guy apparently held rain, like clouds.
Like Now You See Me. Was it Now You See Me?
Something
now
like
you
that.
See me, stop. Yeah, where he made it stop and then made it go back.
Some shit like that. So when you guys are talking about the water bending, and I was just trying not to laugh because that's like I don't know, it's the fakest story I've ever had. But some people swear by it. I swear. They'll come for me.
I've had you. But there's also that scene in Avatar. I guess those guys really thought about everything. Where what's her name? Katara stops the rain when she wanted to kill the guy that killed her mom. In the cartoon, do you remember it?
I need to think a bit. Go.
It's in book 3. It's Kaa.
Avatar is so funny that to me it doesn't make sense. Because, okay, I will be spoiling. Let me
killing
chill.
me because apparently someone showed me a tweet of guys saying, "Oh, like because everyone was complaining about this Avatar." He said, "Oh, you guys wanted to be like a biography like the Avengers, like you wanted to be realistic like that."
Because I was about to ask, man, what makes sense on TV nowadays?
Avatar, bro. Nothing is real, bro.
Anyway, shout out
Anyway.
Avatar.
Comfort and Charity, what have you guys been watching?
Hey.
Okay. Of late, I haven't really been watching shows. I kind of like wanted to pause watching shows this year and like read more books. So, but I've been watching out of like movies, like 2003 kind of movies, like rewatching.
Nice.
I think the last movie I watched, and it was so funny, I'd forgotten. It's called Piranhas.
The fish
Yeah,
thing.
The fish thing.
You know they'd be eating guys.
Yo,
That was an
that thing
era.
was so good. Like
Piranha.
It has a new part, right? I feel like it does.
Yes,
Piranha was like the sister
so the
movie
thing
to Anaconda.
is,
Anaconda,
it,
Deep Blue
apparently I'd forgotten, but it has a part 2 because those the first one had baby fish. That's in they were babies. I was like, what the hell? And this guy is asking, that's how it ends. So if these are babies, where are the parents? And then the thing came.
So that's where part 2
What was the
comes in.
plot of Piranhas? What
So,
happened?
man, okay, I kind of got distracted in the beginning, but some shit happened, and it kind of like awakened a reef under the it was actually called Lake
Like
Victoria. No, they
dinosaur.
were calling it Lake Victoria under the lake. So the piranhas were from like 1 million years ago, like
Yeah.
something like that. So
They warmed up
Like
the
warmed-
dinosaur
yo,
fish.
yeah,
They escaped.
so listen, if you don't like blood or some gore kind of looking things, it was just so crazy. I had forgotten, and I thought I was gonna have nightmares, but it was actually an interesting refresh, I would say.
The piranhas actually kill guys.
No,
They
I don't
eat
think
flesh.
they eat flesh, but
They
not.
they can eat the flesh off of you
Quick.
not that quick,
Not
but
that
like in like a
quick.
day.
Yeah.
Like a few hours you'll be gone, but not like they dip you in and pull you out.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but my
put
thing
the
is, if I'm in the ocean, swimming or surfing or whatever,
Probably
can I get
not.
attacked by
You have
like
to
a
first get
school of
bitten.
piranhas?
Because I think they mostly are in the Amazon River.
Yes.
That's where they are. So if you're in the Amazon River,
River.
yes.
But
Yeah,
also,
okay, fair.
apparently they avoid humans. They mostly
avoid
attack
us.
like other fish.
Mm.
But it's like how you see a tiger.
Yeah, they test.
If
the
it's
human-
hungry enough,
it will grab you.
They avoid humans because humans are like rarely there. I guess.
yes. Also like wolves. Like
Yeah.
wolves
Humans
avoid
avoid them.
They
humans.
avoid
But I
the-
guess they're also kind of like sharks. You have to kind of get wounded. You have to bleed for them to, because that smell.
Okay, that shark
throws
thing
them.
scared me, man.
Yeah, that smell. Because in the movie anyway, that's what it was.
I
like
think if you bleed, like it all bets are like you're done for, but you don't need like the blood. Can't find
Nah,
it.
it
No,
doesn't
sharks,
need any blood.
my understanding of sharks apparently is we just do not behave like their prey.
That's interesting.
That's why they don't
Yeah,
attack
but
us that often.
Sharks also, if you bleed,
Yeah.
now
It
they
sends
can
them into a
detect you
frenzy.
from
From far,
course,
yeah.
It sends them into like
Yeah.
a frenzy.
But
or
like
a
if you're
feeding
just
frenzy.
there chilling, you're normal, they most probably won't attack you.
But that's only if you don't,
breeds
don't
of
behave
shark.
I
like
think
prey.
that shark can detect you from afar, even if you're not
No
bleeding,
matter
bro.
what, yeah.
Yeah, it will.
If you try to swim away, for me as my understanding.
As long as you're in
If
the
you try
water,
to
bro.
splash and swim away.
Yeah,
That's
in the
how
water,
prey
you need
behaves,
to
bro.
go now. Like,
Yeah, but also
game.
sharks are not well. It depends on the breed of shark. So like if you're talking hammerheads, those ones they'll just attack you, bro.
No matter what.
But like like the great white, those normal sharks that everyone talks about, they most probably won't attack you first time, but act like prey.
Then they will come for you.
They're like, no, you are you running?
Yeah, why are you
Why
running?
you-
man?
Right.
You look familiar, man.
You remind me of
Like I've seen you before,
remind me
man.
of
You be there
something I
calling
ate last
yourself
week,
a
bro.
snack.
Looking like a snack.
You look like
You
a
remind me
snack.
of a meal.
Yo. Oh,
I think running from a predator is more like, as you see a dog and it stands like in front of you and you try running, that's when it chases you and maybe like
That's
bites
true.
you.
But
But
let
then
me
when you
tell you-
show it that you can also attack it,
That's what they say about wolves. Like wolves, you just have
No,
to stand
that
tall
one is
and
that
don't
one
show
is
it your
strength.
back. But bro, do you know your mental state when you see a wolf?
Bro,
'Cause
let's
wolves
be
are
real.
not
No
small,
one here is going to
Me,
see a
I'm
lion
not.
and but try and see how can I make myself
Stand
bigger.
tall, bro. Or I get a stick, put it on your head.
Oh, bro. Mbu, put your jacket up like this on your hand.
Like,
Wave your arms and shout, bro.
there is,
You're not
there is-
thinking in that moment. You're not
There-
thinking.
there is nothing you can tell me about not running, acting calm. No, I will run.
bro.
Dogs.
Food.
No,
You know your
can't.
food.
no,
Like
no,
literally
no.
cockroaches come here.
Mm-mm.
Everyone
I
is
will
scattering from
run.
this place, bro.
But
No one
you
is going to
see-
say will look bigger for the roach.
If
That's
it
the
come,
thing.
if what comes,
For the roach. If roaches came here, you'd run. Eh? Roaches, you'd run.
Okay, it's like an example, but people would run. People would run. People would run.
I feel like some of the animals you guys are naming are just
Predators.
territorial, but still predators. They're not attacking you because you're prey. Attacking you because you're in their goa, like you're challenging them, as opposed to I want to eat you. Like dogs don't want to eat us, I don't think. But you're just in its territory. You're trespassing, so it has to attack you just
but
to
you see,
defend this.
there are also some of it. Like for example, there are those guys that have done studies on sharks, and for sharks, it's not even a territory thing.
Nah, for them, they're predators.
They're just predators.
They're
Yeah?
predators.
So if you act like prey, you get eaten. If you don't, if you're confident,
Facts.
And even dogs, man, like you can't like, you can't. It's in that moment you're not differentiating that okay, this dog is just territorial and that lion wants to eat me. No, bro.
for example, have you seen those guys who say with Simanya how to know a snake is venomous or what the shape of the
Triangle
head?
head, yeah.
Bro, if I
I'm not going
see
to
a
look
snake,
at the shape of the head.
But it beats me and you're now checking. No, before you go.
No, my favorite one.
Show
Is,
me your
my
head.
favorite one is.
As you're looking, they'll bite you.
After it has bitten you,
it has
you
bitten
remember.
you.
What was it?
No, my favorite one is look at the scales on its tail. Nigga,
Who
no.
has time?
that thing of Simanya when a wolf is there, don't show it your back. Nigga, that all it's seeing is my back because I'm running.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of those animals, I'd say, I know I've joked about it, but yeah, don't run. If you can, help it, don't
But
run.
also, we are very lucky to be born in Africa, bro.
Lucky.
Because like
On
the
the animal
animals we
scale.
have here, they are manageable.
I feel
The
like
Amazon,
we have managed
bro.
them. We have
Yeah.
managed
Which
them.
is kawa. The
And not even
Amazon.
we, because I
will
wasn't
be there
involved in
and
that
I
procedure.
sing like a 30-foot anaconda.
But why would you be in the Amazon?
Bro.
Like that's. I feel like that's a
They would
restricted
have lived in the
area.
Amazon.
Anaconda, but
No.
there's a 20-foot rock python, bro. Like,
Okay. First
same
two
effect.
pythons.
Same effect.
Siberia. We go and find a Siberian tiger in your home.
Okay, there's those Siberian tiger, but bro, they are leopards. Same effect, bro. Same.
Our
Same
leopards are in
emotion,
the,
bro.
See, the thing with Africa is, if you found an animal that can eat you, you've gone looking for it. You're in a national park, you're walking at night.
That's what I'm saying. We
you
have
now.
managed them.
Okay, guys,
But also not we. Our ancestors, someone before us managed them. We are
let's
not
first
there.
go back in time. Honestly, like killing a beast or like let's say a lion or a leopard or a tiger, it was a sign of strength, and it would be like maybe initiated into a
To be
man.
fair, it
man
still
called
is.
or
It
something.
It still is good. If I kill a lion, I'm a legend, bro.
Bro, I'm wearing it.
No, like-
I'm wearing it
Do
skin
you
here
remember
like
the other
this
guy?
as clothes for life.
No,
Black Panther.
I'm not
You
wasting
remember the other
body
guy who
parts.
was
Clothes
mauled by
are
a
making
lion?
necklaces. About what rings?
Tail.
Bring.
Swatting flying.
About what? We need to buy for
What's the
bowling
Spider-Man
balls.
character again? Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
You're dressing up like that guy.
Bro, I'm having like bangles, bro.
Also, to be fair, like our government
Someone's calling me.
our government deserves credit, bro, because like gazetting has honestly worked.
Yeah.
Especially in this region, like Southern Sahara,
No, I'm not home.
bro, we have massive game parks. A lot of other countries would never gazette that much space just for the animals. So I think that has helped a lot, man.
But also, if you're being honest, in as much as people say Africa has many beasts, you guys, there are places.
Okay, Australia,
bro.
Australia, man.
Everywhere that's close to the Arctic Circle. Nada. Because they'll tell you they have like 15,000 breeds of wolves. We have African dogs and in the streets and we pass by them. And it's kawa.
Ghana, man.
Guys have wolves. One next to the wolves you're finding over wildebeests, which are eatable by the wolves, but they can also kick you in the face. Then you find like a moose, which is a normal beast, but like it's bigger than your car.
It's
Nada.
actually funny that in Africa we have less animals. Do you have
I don't think
koalas
we
in
have
Africa?
less.
Are there
I think that
koalas
they're
in
just
Africa?
less in the urban areas.
Yeah.
Like even other species, like do you have koalas in Africa?
Koalas?
Koalas.
Those are for
Australia.
only that.
Yeah,
that side of the
koalas
world.
would never be in
How
Africa.
about bears?
No,
I don't think we have
also
bears
not
in
over
Africa.
here.
Yeah. There are no bears in Africa.
There's also not of here. But we have a lot of shit, bro.
We have many
a lot
animals.
of stuff.
It's just that the zoos have like 5.
Yeah.
And those are the ones we see and they're the ones we know. Yeah.
But like 90% of okay, not 90, but a good portion of Nat Geo like photography is in Africa, bro.
The popular ones, at least. Like
Well,
animals you
Africa
care
is the
about.
landscape,
Africa, the
which is favorable
Amazon,
for that.
and like Australia.
Is it like me? I kind of feel like it's the landscape which is favorable for that, like that wildlife photography. Like let's say the Sahara.
But to be fair, it's also like the ones we care about. Because now, if they tell you Australia has 30,000 species of spiders,
Yeah, no one is trying to take those pictures.
I saw a spider in a guy's house in Australia on Twitter. I was like, I'm okay where I am. Because that thing was huge, bro. It was like the size of this mixer. And it's a spider, bro.
But there are a lot of spiders. Snakes in South Africa.
Yeah, that's true. You know that show with the tattooed guy? What's his name again?
That guy is sick. That guy is sick.
Like, you know those snakes that will like puncture those blue bottles, eh?
I think actually
And it's
called,
just like
snakes in
venom.
the city or something.
Yeah, it's snakes in the city, actually. You're right. That's
Him
a
and his
crazy
wife
name.
just go around collecting snakes.
Like,
Two
people
white
call them to
people.
their homes, and you open that door and you find like 6 snakes
Had
in
to
the
be
corner.
white people.
You know, the white guy, the guys who have called them. Be standing like those ends. They can't. It's too funny. These guys will go into like they'll tell them the snake is under this building. You see now like Cardamom has stands. Say a snake is under there. The guy will crawl under.
And he has this
And
one
pick it.
thing, like, you know those things that have like clips?
Like a tongue.
Yeah.
No.
With a GoPro, and the guy puts it, and you see. And the thing is, there are homes where it's not one snake, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Mike.
So he has no protection. He just goes live.
This guy just goes live, him and his wife. She has like a bucket. He has that car stick.
Yeah.
Okay, not a bucket, like, you know those rectangular things people carry,
to put
like
them
cakes
in
in,
the-
what? Yeah. Just put the snake in, and they go, bro.
They have bags. They have bags like bite-proof bags.
Do they have children? I'm just so curious because
I don't think they do. They're just, it's
such
just
a
the two of them.
dangerous
They have no
thing to
kids.
do. Like,
It's just
okay,
the two of
I
them.
guess it's a hobby for them, right?
No, it's
So
work.
it's
It's
real
his
work,
job.
but-
Yeah. It's his job. The snake
That's
guy.
snakes in the city guy, the South
African
African
guy.
tattooed guy.
Like,
Snakes in the city. It's a show.
It's on Nat Geo.
He just goes around.
Like, he just
picking
goes
snakes,
collecting
man.
snakes
Just
from
calling.
people's homes.
Do you remember Snakes on the Plane? You guys
The
talk
movie.
yeah.
about that?
Couldn't stand them.
Immediately, I shiver.
There was an era of movies like that.
Animals, scary animals.
Snakes on the train.
Yeah,
snakes
but
on the
Anaconda. But I just couldn't
Yeah,
stand
Do you remember
I've watched
Anaconda
most
when the
of them.
guy was eaten by the anaconda in the beginning of the movie?
Mm.
Then they
And then-
spat him out in the end.
Yeah.
And the guy blinked. He was still alive.
Anaconda too. I remember it.
But they spat him out. Guy still winked. But what's that actor's name? That guy's ever cool, bro. You can just, I think it's in his contract. You can't make him look weak, bro.
No, but you
But you
see,
guys feel like our hatred for snakes is created by the Bible?
Created by the Bible.
I know you guys
Bible.
innately.
I think the Bible like used our innate fear of snakes to
It
make
was
their
already
point.
there, Yeah.
That's why it's so universal, because everyone can understand their fear of snakes.
He definitely solidified it, bro. He stamped it in his
It's like, this must be true.
He definitely turned snakes to
I
eternal
don't know about
enemy.
all that, but I know innately you fear snakes. Bro. I don't know which one came first. but you've seen
No,
those things of like
definitely
how a
snakes came
snake
first.
will come next to a baby and the baby will be cow.
I've heard those stories of
Yeah.
babies turning into snakes.
Ah,
But when he drinks
a
milk, he
baby
turns into
turns
a
into
snake.
snake.
Yeah, like at night,
But no.
the baby turns into a snake and goes and drinks milk, stuff like that.
What?
I've had those stories.
You guys
From
have heard those
where?
stories?
No.
The one,
Never.
for me, the one I've had is
Steals
like
food.
a chick having twins, and one of them is a snake, and one of them is a baby. But they both like breastfeed from her. I've had those. I've had those.
Those are like standard African stories.
Now that you've talked about snakes, remember there's a time on social media whereby there's this story. I don't know if you guys read it. There's a chick. She was out partying, I think at Kati, and then she got, I think, a Zadi.
Yeah.
Then they went out. So the guy was like, over in the morning, or in
Into
the
the
middle of
mic,
the
into the
night,
mic.
over in the middle of the night, over in the morning after they had done their thing, to give her money or something like that, he had to breastfeed his snake.
Yeah,
and
I
the
remember
girl
that story.
confessed breastfeeding a snake.
He breastfed it.
No.
No, the guy had
She
a
breastfed it.
snake.
I think I had
I
that
think a
story.
pet
I remember that
snake.
story, yeah.
Yeah, this story
And
it kind of
then
makes sense to
the
me.
girl was like, the guy made
Made her breastfeed
made
the
her
snake.
breastfeed the snake. I don't believe that. Like, that's not, there is no way that's scientifically true.
Like snakes are not
No,
mammals,
because
they don't
first of
need
all,
milk.
what do you mean breastfeed? Was she pregnant before? Like, I don't get it. For you to breastfeed,
the
you need
thing
to
was,
have
I
breast
think that
milk.
the story was
Maybe it was like it just needs a spiritual.
So this is like
Yeah,
some juju
like-
thing. So this is like some
It has
juju
been breastfed
thing.
in the spirit realm.
it was a juju thing because apparently the story is that this guy was just treating her super
Nicely.
but seemingly for no apparent reason because he never even used to do anything with her. So
Yeah,
she
by
was
the way,
like,
they never
"Bro,
did
what does this
anything."
guy want with me?" And then this one night, the guy just went,
Pulled
brought
out.
his snake out and said, "Bro, this is all I want from
How
you,
big
man."
is the snake?
It was like
Wait,
a
I
python
don't
or
think she
some
did.
jazz.
Did she give
bro.
us the details?
Said it was like a python.
Cool. Okay, let me
Yes,
ask.
breastfeed
Let me
the
ask. Let me
snake.
ask. For the bag. Hear me out. Hear me out.
A young
And I'm
breast
asking.
A young boob.
For the bag, how much are you breastfeeding a snake for?
It depends on the circumstances. I'm trying to imagine
Bro,
like in this deal.
I'm not
If
considering
they tell
that.
you like, for example, like this snake,
I'm not considering that.
this snake like pulls 50 Ks.
Nothing.
But it only eats, only drinks breast
Nothing,
milk.
Nothing.
If so you take it upon yourself, like if the snake dies,
First of all-
it's not going to poo, so it has to eat, so it has to poo. So just figure it out. Connect
no,
dots.
no. First of all, I feel like there's a lot of infection there.
In the
The
50
nip-
Ks.
No, like on the nipple.
Oh.
A woman's like first of all, the nipple is a very.
Have you seen the inside
it
of the
has,
snake's
it
mouth?
has.
Wait, does she
No.
have
It
to
looks
breastfeed
soft.
it? What if she like uses those pumps? Then they like give it like a rubber nipple. In the spirit realm,
That shit is
eh?
direct.
It has to be
It has to
direct.
be skin to
Live.
skin.
Mammary gland to mouth.
A woman's nipple is very
Sensitive.
it's sensitive, and to some ladies it can have some pores.
Yeah, but
that
like,
actually
what
can
I'm saying
produce
is,
milk at a certain state. So there's a lot of infection there, and besides, the snake has fangs. It could bite you.
The fangs are
They
not.
no, the fangs are
The
not.
fangs on the
Yeah, the
side,
fangs
like
are on the
the nipple
side.
There are
It's
fangs on
using
the
the
side.
center.
It's using the center to just.
Where the tongue comes out, that comes
Yeah,
out.
Well,
in between
No.
the fangs. In between the
No.
fangs. And the fangs go like so, by the way.
Also, this is a.
No,
they lay down.
anything can happen.
And that's how
no.
it close its mouth, you
And
know?
the inside of
No.
a snake's mouth is not hard. It's soft.
For you, have you
not
seen
breastfeeding.
You have seen on TV.
You see, this snake doesn't exist in nature, so we also it's a hypothetical snake.
Yes.
This is a boob sucking snake.
Yes.
Like
And like
Yeah.
you won't
its
have a
mouth has the
problem.
mechanisms for lactation.
Might have lips, you guys.
Yeah,
You can never.
fuckers up.
No.
That's too funny.
First of all, the trauma.
Like, give me
Like
some.
after that.
Okay, but for how much though?
Let me get that nip.
Like instead of seeing
no
the
comfort.
katang, you see a wider star.
You see lips, bro.
Just open your.
That's my worry, man.
Oh,
a deep
that's
voice.
crazy.
Any
Like your mama.
Actually, that's better. Because rather than the nipple, it's now taking the entire boob.
yeah.
Like this.
I feel like for me, like any animal that I'm afraid of, I'm scared because it's too unpredictable. I don't know if I'm just letting a snake just come up to
Thank
like my
you.
nipple.
Thank you.
For
I
the
don't know
bag.
what
Might swallow
happens.
you.
For the
next.
bag.
The thing is, I don't know if
Even $10
I
million.
don't know if that's where,
man.
I don't know if that's what I'm gonna get. Like if I'll be here to get it. You know what I mean?
You're not.
'Cause now
It's
if it
not
bites-
poisonous.
The guy will tell you, man, you're going to be quiet just once your breast milk.
python
Then
doesn't
your
have
life.
poison.
If I was do
bro.
it someone else, I see.
Okay, he does it.
If you die with someone else, I might think
I
about
feel
it.
like there are other things
You
I
see,
could
you
do
get
for that
verified.
bag. Like,
No, okay, I'd be like, okay, you show me how it does.
He's like, hey. Think some guy was milk
The
gum.
guy shows you a video,
Yeah.
AI.
Video. AI.
so the owner of the pet is like somewhere else chilling while you're there feeding. Is
$10 million. I don't know, bro.
It can solve your problem.
More than, bro. Can solve some generational issues.
Your generational
guys,
wealth.
I think when it gets to juju, I don't think you should let it make sense. I don't think it should make sense because juju is weird.
But that's to be a logic to the madness, you know?
No, not really. Because like
Because when you interviewed
How is
Jaja,
a
man,
snake
there seemed to be a
breastfeeding?
logic, man.
His was not
He said he just wasn't doing it for
for
evil.
evil, but he could. Like,
Yeah.
guys do it.
But there's a method. Like, it's not like he's also there behind there guessing.
do you guys believe in the existence of juju?
Existence of juju. I mean, it's there.
Do you?
It exists.
There are people who practice juju.
Did you see this chick over who stole some Sudanese guy stuff, money, and then they bewitched her and she got like she became like a faun.
Oh, okay. No. Those ones.
A faun like from here to bottom, she was a goat, and from here.
No. That I've actually watched videos, and if you're really critical and you see that stuff, like the tails wagging, what?
Yeah.
If you really
Those
pay attention,
videos
there's like a
kill me,
string
bro.
somewhere those ends, and someone is just like, nah.
You know what kills me? is the ones where, like,
that
they have
is
that
what's
chick
true.
on the ground crying, but she's covered. Eh? So no, she's crying like this. You can see her face, and then her legs are shaking, and it's goat legs.
That
I won't lie. Some of them, I definitely think there's juju. But some of those videos, I do not believe them one bit.
Yeah.
Because
And
they
I
look fake.
They all look
Like, I
fake.
want to see a real one.
I
And I
think
come
juju-
and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And if you feel it,
yeah. And I think for Juju, it's too serious that you wouldn't actually pick up your phone to record that stuff because you don't know what will happen. You might be there and some
And
thing slaps you.
You offend the guy doing that
Yo.
juju, the spirit behind him.
Yeah.
jump over.
He
Yo.
does it like flash.
Turn into a
Bang.
yam, bro.
And then you might
flash.
just
An
Bruh,
insecure ancestor.
I think we should do some questions. We should do some questions.
So we took a break because I went to pee. But like, I have a question. It's very brief. Do you guys like these toilets without pressure? Because me, I want to see.
This guy's already complained about the. Let's not put our go on blast.
Yeah.
On second
Any
thought.
more than we already have right now.
On second
You know
thought.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to see the pressure, bro. Like, I want the thing to come with energy.
You wanted to.
Yeah, as it to splash on his face a bit cool. That's why I know there's something going
I
good
know as action toilets, those are just empty. Whoop.
on the plane.
You've seen on that burn. Like, it's fire.
At where?
That's a meme, no?
Is it a meme? Because I've seen like two.
Yo, is it like because it's just closed there? You don't want it to make that much noise.
Nah, they are definitely silent toilets, but I want the water pressure, bro.
I highly doubt that that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, toilet just aside.
It's not like in
Comfort.
an airplane, like where you need a lot of pressure
comfort,
to
charity.
use less water.
I know your charity had to say. While we're on the break.
Yeah.
So while we were on that break, I think me and Wendy were discussing something, then the question just popped up. Like, why do guys like interrogating chicks on dates? Like asking, how old are you? Where do you study from? Do you like this? Do you do this? What's the color of this? And I'm like, guys, like,
What's
I
the
feel
color
like
of what? I'm
I feel like
curious.
the conversation should be natural. You get it? And if you're going to eventually end up in a relationship, then it should go the natural way without so much effort. You know, like an effortless relationship where even when it looks like you're putting in effort to you, it's effortless. Yeah? The same way, I feel like the same way you guys have a relationship, maybe Jesse, you could talk to Melvin any time of the day and just will come normally. You don't need to like start for like, okay. So
What's
was
your favorite
this?
color?
You know, what's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color, actually?
How old is your
Black.
auntie? Like
Black. My
something
heart.
like that. You get it? Like it
Right.
comes naturally, and that's I feel like that's priceless. Like an effortless relationship or conversation.
Okay, let me defend
Don't
guys right now.
interrogate me, man.
I'll
Let me
defend
defend the interrogators. I feel like when a guy is asking questions like that on a date, like about you especially, like your interests, your what, he genuinely likes you, number one, and number two, he's trying to make a connection. I know it would be perfect for him to just guess that your favorite soap is Woman of My Life and just start from there, like Barbarita Serrana Silbran is the best. You know what I mean? It would be amazing.
How do you know all our phonemes, bro?
Barbara Serrana Silbran. How was that secreto de amor?
Yeah.
Barbara Serrana Silbran. She said it like a million times. I am Barbara Serrana.
That's actually
you know who I am?
secret.
Just
I am Barbara
say
Serrana
so.
Silbran.
Like,
Anyway, but okay, aside from soaps, but like literally, like when a guy is asking, because okay, for me, I'm trying to find like common interests. So I'm asking like, what's your favorite color? So if it's also black, we can bond
and
on
you
that.
do what?
I can tell you like black is my favorite color.
I saw.
Then I'll tell you like what black things interested me, like maybe last week something. Then we
I
can
feel
have
like
a
the
conversation
best-
about black. Our
You know, the
favorite
conversation is
color.
not very lengthy on black, like black. So
It can be.
Man, I just
Don't book.
Just to piggyback off what my bro just said. I think that when a guy is asking hella questions and it starts to feel like an interrogation, that he's fishing for something that you guys have in common. And like if he finds that he keeps asking questions and you're not responding, that probably means that for you, you're not feeling him from the jump. Like you're not interested in him at all. Because otherwise, you would also be like answering those questions in a way that sparks a conversation.
Yeah, like you want him to.
So if it's just question
I
answer,
think
you're probably not
what's
interested.
dropping
decent
hints,
enough.
like this is what I like. This is what I
What's
like.
decent enough is at least one question that would lead to a conversation.
A leading question.
But don't say what is this. Then you're like, okay, maybe if what's your favorite climate? Like black. Hey, okay, where did you study from? This like just ask me what question, and then the conversation flows naturally.
Like, how was your day? Then we start from there.
It was like this. How was yours?
But I think you guys have to have something in common for it to lead something.
Yeah, something other than questioning.
Because sometimes you just have nothing to talk about. Like you two just don't vibe with each other.
Yeah, and let's be real. Like you can blame guys for asking questions too much, but I can also blame girls for not talking on dates, man. Like chicks, they'll literally look at you like this. And for the audio listeners, I'm looking down and to the side, shaking my head, like looking, wondering what's next. You know what I mean?
No, we've been ticking boxes. Like
You see, for you're there ticking boxes. Me, I'm there on a date. You know what I mean?
Like me, I'm trying to get to know you.
I'm trying to get to
You're
know you.
ticking
I'm asking
boxes.
questions. You're ticking boxes, bro.
I mean, I
So
guess-
it's a bit different, but like I'll say this: take that as a sign of interest in you, because if not, if the guy doesn't like you, he'll be talking about himself. He'll be talking about
Thank
like
you.
what he has, and you'll just get even way more annoyed because you'll be like, this guy is so full of himself. Because those are also there, but I think it depends on if you like the person.
Yeah.
Because if they do either or and you like them, you'll take them. But you know what I mean? But I'll say this. If someone is doing that, like asking you about yourself, take that like he's interested in you. Even if it's just for that date, but like for this moment, he's interested in you. That's what I say. Because I don't think anyone's asking for that selfishly. Unless they're like a very manipulative person. They're looking for something they can manipulate you on. But not many people are like that on first dates, man. So it's like he's just trying. He's trying to talk. Because otherwise, if he keeps quiet, it's going to be dead silence around this table right now. Like dead silence. You're already giving one word answers. What's your favorite color? Blue. What's your food? I don't know. What's your
know.
when you get I don't know, bro, you start
It's
sweating, man.
Why would someone even ask about
Okay.
I don't know. It's always tough.
I do not
But
know how
for me,
to
I love
ask those
answers.
questions. I
Me,
want to
I love that. I love answering.
Mm.
Like what he said about like someone having interest or wanting to know me. I like that shit. Like I want to answer and then also ask probably even the same question to see, like you said, I'm finding an interest or whatever. So if we have that question answer kind of thing going on and I realize maybe we're not,
Yeah.
the same, then I'll be like,
But
okay, no, to
also,
the next
the
date
whole
or
date
yes to
being
the next
question answer is kind of crazy to me. Though.
No, but like it doesn't have to be. What's your favorite color? Blue. Then we'd like
Get come to this
yeah,
20
like, come on,
questions.
try to have a conversation when you're answering. Like
Yeah.
don't let it be so like obvious. It's an
But that's what I
answer.
say, man, guys, ask more interesting questions. Yeah.
But
But
there's that.
On the pod.
yeah. Hey, not even on
In the comments
dates.
below.
Even on dates, ask more interesting
More interesting.
questions.
So
But
when
also-
an alien lands, what do you think you will do?
Something like that. I would love that.
We don't want to have to go to like Reddit for
Question.
Reddit.
But ask
questions.
Reddit.
Yeah. Reddit topics.
How is the weather?
You know it.
No, but to be fair, if someone asks me that right now, I
How is the weather?
have just for like 5 minutes. I won't
For
lie.
about the weather?
Yeah. Because I mean, this guy asks, "How was your weekend?"
Okay.
Ah,
But I think it's a bit different because you guys know each other. But a
A
stranger.
random asks me how's the weather.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, look up.
You guys-
Get off my back. Leave me alone.
What did you tell me to do? Lick your finger and
And
stick
put
it
your,
you will know.
I can't. I'll do that one for my friends. Bro, why don't you just sweat your finger and put it to a random guy?
I think how's the weather?
Ask your mom.
I think it's a bit humid.
Imagine guys like,
No, but to be fair, it's a fair point, man. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Also, I think people need to learn that depending on the characters, some dates will need an icebreaker.
Definitely.
In that,
All
like,
dates need.
you know, people go, say you're going out with someone who you know is very introverted, keeps to themselves, and you go straight to a meal. I think like first go for a movie, go for something that will make you guys have a conversation in common, and then after you can go for your meal.
What if they're not interested?
For example, we have a bowling alley in Uganda now.
Like a small
That's now open, by the way.
corner.
You get.
It's in a
The
corner.
size that it's not the size that matters. Not
Yeah.
It's the motion of the ocean.
So maybe that's another way to approach it.
Yeah.
If you know you can't sustain a full 2-hour conversation, mix it up, switch
activities.
it up.
Go for band.
Switch it up.
Ugandans
Hey.
like band night.
You're like, man,
Hell no, not this Uganda.
Not you.
too loud.
Magic, they said you should read the questions.
Yeah, apparently,
bring your phone. Mine's a bit charging a bit, you know what I mean?
apparently your reading adds some humor to
Yeah,
it.
apparently people read.
Guys like that
Yeah,
before
before reading.
accent.
I had that the other guy,
Before
until you
accent.
gave it to him today, and you're like, you got stuck.
Like, man, it reminds me of
Nah,
my
yeah.
childhood when I was struggling to learn how to read.
Yeah, like that. I relate to that. That guy is real.
Ah, that's so
Yeah,
funny.
listen.
Come again?
We listen, we watch, and we listen.
It's too funny how guys like pick up these minor details in the podcast. You may think you just said something like no one will even hear it.
People
And
be
you find guys
listening,
talking
man.
about it like
People
what?
be listening.
Sour.
No, like, let me just give an example of something that someone wrote in the comments.
It's a lot to post.
When you're
Okay.
asking about, I think Melvin was asking about like the weekend, and I think that was the other pod, and just said he was home chilling, just chilling, and someone posted and he was dying. But that's standard just or something like that. I'm like, what?
As dang of what?
Just chilling,
No,
man.
because you were just home chilling.
Yeah.
So, because me, I actually love reading comments. So, like,
Oh,
even-
someone was laughing at us home chilling.
yeah.
I'm glad that you at
What
least
you
you
guys
find
want to-
some humor. My lord, my fortress of solitude. Okay. I'm going to just read the questions and we all choose if we want to answer them. Do you guys believe that we have free will as humans?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, God gave us free will.
I mean, like, you do
That's
have free
actually
will.
Such a fire question.
No, it's one of those questions where like the person is trying to like justify something
you
they have done.
question.
No, they want you to
Ooh,
like
this is
justify something they
juicy.
have done as you didn't have free will, bro. So you're good. But no, you could have chosen not to do that. That's what I'll say.
I think we have free will. I
have free will,
believe we
bro.
do.
Yeah, but
To what extent?
I think the longer combo is like, can you believe in free will and also in predestination?
That's a very long conversation.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
You
so.
have to pick one between predestination and
and
free
free
will.
will.
I think
But also no.
I think predestination has very different versions. It's not just one word that can be interpreted as predestination. So-
God of War. Sorry, first finish.
There are versions of predestination that do have free will in them, in that what's predestined is probably a few things, but not everything. There's a version where everything is predestined. Like, there are so many. So I think that's a much longer conversation than just comparing the two.
Metaverse jazz where like this version of you made this choice and went this
Uh-huh,
direction. This
now
version
they're
of you made this
branches,
choice and went
Loki.
in this direction.
The best explanation I've seen for that was God of War Ragnarok.
Multiverse.
God of War Ragnarok, that game I was talking about like 2 weeks back, they were having this same dilemma. So basically, let me summarize this. God of War and his son found a prophecy, and the prophecy was bad. And they tried everything to change the prophecy. And I think they did change the prophecy. But in the process of changing the prophecy, they found out this, that we have predestination in the sense of we are all genetically disposed to do certain things, like, you know, based on our like genetics. Like, there's that aspect to your free will. Like, if you give Charity these options, Charity will probably be likely to pick this based on, you know, who Charity is. There's that aspect. But the reason they were able to break the prophecy is because there's also that aspect of Charity has the ability to also go against her nature. Like, you can, yes, Charity might be destined to stay up and read every time it rains, but Charity can also decide to have a good night's rest on
While
one
it
time.
rains.
Or go
And if
outside
Charity,
into the rain.
and when Charity, thank you.
Yeah,
And when Charity
enjoy
does those things, when she does something like against what Charity usually does, you kind of change predestination. But someone who knows you can still make predictions about you. So, like in God of War, they had the fates. who are like these women who can see time, who see the future. But for them, they just kind of, the way they presented them was more like they just know you, so they know what you're going to do. Like they know, for example, if like Windek is going to be here on a Tuesday recording a podcast, he knows he's going to be here on a Friday. Like that to the extreme. Like they know you to the extreme, but even you can shock them and do something that they don't know. So yeah, that was like, I guess you can believe in both predestination and according to God of Ragnarok.
I think you can believe in both.
I hope that explanation
I think you
makes
can
sense.
believe in both. It just depends on which version of predestination you believe in.
I feel like it's just valid when someone thinks that life is like a loop. You're going to do the same exact thing over and over again in your life. But it may not be on a daily, but it may be like every month this person has to do a certain type of thing. But sometimes we are human, we are unpredictable. At one point you can change and decide to do something. As Jessie has said, sometimes she can read, sometimes she decides to go out and play in the rain. Get.
Yeah, I like Jesse's explanation, but I only think that there's a difference between like predestination and predisposition. And like I think the God of War thing is more like predisposition than
predestination. My question would be, not how do you feel, but when you're doing something, do you feel like you have the ability to change it? Does that make sense? Like you as you.
Yes, man. Otherwise, there's no. I have
I'm
no
doing
hope, bro.
something.
So like, do you
What
discern it?
Like also
Think-
free will and predestination and predisposition are all heavily action based. Like it's something that's happening or something that you're doing. But then there's also much more to life than just actions. So
Me, I was be thinking free will is, let me just use like as a lawyer, free will is I have a case before me and I'm doing everything in my power to win that case. Predestination is I have a case before me and
no matter what you do.
yeah, no matter what I do, the ending is already known. It's not, but it's not known to me. So no matter what I do, the ending is gonna happen.
Now first
The story has
explain
already been written. I'm just playing the
Yeah.
story out as opposed to being the
Decision maker.
I'm not the driver of this story. I'm
first
just an
explain
actor.
predisposition as a lawyer now.
Now, predisposition, your Magic's example, predisposition is so fire. But predisposition just means I'm the type of lawyer who does everything to win, and so I win.
Yeah.
Versus, I'm the type of lawyer who doesn't really do much, and that's why I lose a lot, or I'm probably going to lose this case, so I lose it.
I have a question. Sorry to divert a little bit, but when you talk about law and your lawyer career, your legal career, sorry. Is that the right word to say? Legal career, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's this guy that was arrested called Pressure. I don't know if you talked about that.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Like pressure cooker?
247. Like he's a TikToker. He was arrested because he was creating content that was abusing the king.
Oh, the Kabaka
of
guy.
Yeah, the Kabaka
Yeah.
guy. So when I watched
The
his
Kabaka
court
guy.
hearing,
Okay, the guy.
They'll also
Hey,
collect
wait,
you.
they'll come for you as well.
Say all our names.
Magulu Nyondo. You guys also come for you. So he was saying, putting out some abusive comment towards the Buganda kingdom and the king himself. So when I watched his court hearing, his reason for saying that was that he has some mental issues, and so sometimes he gets disturbed and then he puts out such content, but it's not in his nature to do that. But I feel like that was a lie, because when you look at those videos, he's as woke as
He's
just
awake.
like he's
He's drinking water.
he's so
He's
serious.
drinking water in those videos.
He does not have any I hope his lawyers are not listening to me or something like that, but he does not look like he has a mental issue to force him to do that.
Even some guys
So I'm
were
thinking
saying
myself,
that.
if someone, is it a must? Can people always use that as a scapegoat to, excuse themselves from jail? You're the lawyer, advise us. Could you advise your client, like, they really did it, they're sane, but just like, did you just say you're mad? You just say that you have some
No,
mental
well, this is
issue.
the thing. Like, guys really need to learn to like trust the judicial officers, because like these guys also like they're people like you. Like they can also see
That this
That
guy is
psychic.
pretending.
So the standard of proof for claiming the defense of insanity in any case, is fairly high. Like usually they'll ask you to present like a report from a qualified psychiatrist, then they'll ask that person to come to court and testify. and explain to the court why, like, you're displaying all of the signs of this mental illness. And obviously this is Uganda, so guys can just pay the doctors come and say those things. But the judge isn't dumb. Like, the judge and the other side's lawyers will ask questions that will bring out the truth. So you can trust that if that guy is actually not mentally stable,
They'll find out.
yeah, but if he's mentally stable, then it won't work.
Carly, which was just
Yeah, and to be fair, the reason as to why I was asking you, going back to the initial thing, to explain predisposition in law terms is because then the question would be, if you've defined free will, predisposition and predestination, yeah, the question is, say as a lawyer, if you said in terms of predisposition, you're doing your best, yeah, predestination, you already know it's determined, then free will is like, I can do whatever I want. The question is, do you already know the outcome of the case while you're still doing it? Like, as a lawyer, you know this case is already lost, but I'm going to do my best.
In none of those cases do you personally know the final outcome. There's something else for predestination. Something external probably knows. Whoever wrote it knows. As if,
yeah, and I guess that's the thing. Like, in the end,
No, let's finish. Okay, let's bring that free will and predestination just back to life. It's not that in life we have a prophecy that this is actually going to happen at time T. But we are all like, we don't know the outcome of life, so we're just moving. So it's very hard to know that this is maybe it's predestined to happen like this. You understand? So that's where I feel like, fine, we may be having free will, but we may not even be having free will. You understand? Because we don't know anything. There is no like
That's why you have free
prophet,
will,
some
because
guy.
you don't know. So you have to
Yeah,
make a
'cause-
decision.
Yes,
Because you don't know.
if it's not written and we don't have free will, then like, what's
I feel like
happening?
we're mixing up the definition of free will, bro.
Predisposed or predestined, but you don't know.
Yeah.
You still have free will because
Until the fact that you don't know, that's what
you
shows
still have your
have free
choice to
will.
make, man. You
I
don't
know if it's
know.
free will anymore, but you guys can.
Maybe someone who's looking at you from the outside can be like, that's just Melvin doing Melvin. But Melvin always had that choice, either to do what Melvin usually do or not. You know what I mean? Like, he always had that choice. Maybe he finds one decision easier. The people who also actually go against themselves as the norm. But you can always, like, you know what I mean? You have a choice. Like, I can throw this phone at you right now and it hits your head. Like, this is not predestined. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if once it hits your head, then it's now predestined. But until then, it's like Schrodinger's cat. You know what I mean? Have I hit your head or not?
Is there any point where free will transitions into predestination? Like, the moment you let go of the phone, now it's predestination.
Once you make your decision, now the guys are like, yeah, I knew you were going to do that. Okay, let's see another question. Home or away stadium? This isn't about football.
I know. I don't
You guys get it?
man.
Let's elaborate.
I can elaborate.
Listen, me,
Therefore, you live alone, man.
You tell
I-
her.
You already told her.
I'm passing the mic to
to someone who.
someone who might be able to describe this better.
But he's saying stadium.
It's not the word. That's
Stadium.
the issue.
It's away and a home.
It's home or away.
The home and away.
Stadium.
It's not about football.
It's not about
It's not about
football,
football.
What
bro.
about football, bro? Me, I'll just say like, yeah, just be safe, man.
In the end,
Wherever
Is
you
there
feel
safe?
safe, bro. Wherever
Is
you
there,
feel
like,
safe,
in
you have
neutral
free will,
ground?
man. You have free
Neutral
will.
ground.
neutral
you have
ground.
free will.
Yeah, you have free will,
Be
bro.
safe.
Like,
Stay
you make
safe.
that choice.
Be safe.
You make that choice.
home
Would you
or
cut
away is
ties with your
crazy.
female best friend if your girl asked you to?
Would you do cut ties?
No.
I think that's a guy question.
Yeah, no, I would not, man.
No,
You
no,
cut
no,
ties
we
with
can
your female
reverse
best
that.
friend.
We can
If your
reverse
girl
that.
asked you to.
Not me in this particular case.
Why would my girl ask me to cut
How
ties
would
with
Yeah,
my best
why,
friend?
bruh? That's weird.
I feel like it depends on how deep you are in the relationship with this person. If you're not as serious, then I feel like you shouldn't lose a good friend because of what someone says.
But if
it's
you are
serious,
serious-
if you trust, if she gives you
First,
a
speaking the
valid
mic, speaking the
reason-
mic, speaking the mic.
if
Huh?
she gives you a valid reason of cutting ties with this person, then I think you should consider it, because at the end, women want people that want to listen to them.
Okay,
so.
if the reasons are valid, then of course you have, okay, not of course, but like the reasons are valid.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this person didn't specify.
I feel like you should reason her out because sometimes women are crazy. So just reason her out and then be like,
But-
but we should do
but
this.
you
Like,
see
be the
fact-
wise
the
person.
fact that they're
Not yet
crazy.
women's
The
mouth.
fact that they're crazy.
Those words cannot be said on this podcast.
Amateur.
Women
The fact that they're
Women
crazy.
are crazy.
The fact that they're crazy means that they don't listen to reason, man. That's why they're
Yo.
crazy. You know what I mean? So what do you mean reason them out?
I mean, you're the mature person, right?
Mansplaining.
So be the mature person.
Mansplaining.
Eh?
Mansplaining.
First of all, even that assumption on you're the mature
Reasoning.
person
Yeah,
is
you,
a
by then
bit
you should always be the
problematic.
mature
A
person.
bit problematic.
Because you're
Be
not
the mature person.
What if I'm the immature one?
What I'll say
Try
is,
to
I
be
think
the mature person.
I think I might be willing to like create new boundaries in my relationship with my female best friend to make my girl more comfortable. Because I imagine, like, as a single dude, there's stuff that's appropriate when you don't have a girl that your girl wouldn't be cool with. Like, your best friend can call you whenever. She can't, like, there's just stuff she can't do. So yeah, I might change the boundaries a bit, but cut her off completely. Like, what on earth are we doing that would require me to cut this girl off, man? My best friend. Nah.
Yeah, there's a Wally Chama. Okay, next question.
I won't have a girl best friend, man. So,
Someone says I'd like some black teas in your next match drop.
I got you.
That wasn't me. Why are you looking at me?
Yes, for hoodies.
Your reaction is
Absence
sus.
of evidence is not evidence.
So-
Evidence
oh,
of absence. Someone just sent that
Yeah.
in. Facts. The Q&A part is my best segment. I can be there listening, and then I hear my question that I forgot. No,
I
I
asked
forgot to
it.
ask 8 times.
I told you. We've been answering questions. We've been answering questions. We really have.
Okay. Which mechanics do you use? Okay, no, that one's a bit crazy. Oh, but he asked, I wanted to find out how reliable are Subarus, but
Oh, I can answer this. First of all, I use a mechanic called Mumbia. Shout out Mumbia.
you go to a petrol station?
Subarus are really enjoyable cars to drive, but there are those cars that you need to kind of prevention is better and cure is like a proper rule with them. With Toyotas, I feel like you can't really cure a lot of stuff. With Subs, like you're better off preventing it before it happens. Like you're better off treating that symptom as soon as it shows, because if it festers, like it just gets harder and harder to fix. Also, for some reason, like they've become more expensive to fix. Apparently, because they become more popular. Yeah, but otherwise, decent cars.
Subaru. Okay, guys, what does Shege mean? I think we said it means like problems or something, like
Yeah.
a rough time.
we've
I'll
answered
give
this
you a
before.
tough time.
Give you a tough time. Do you guys know who your very first Patreon is?
We do.
Yeah, you guys mentioned it's. I think she came. It's a she, right?
It's a
Was she
It's
our
a
first?
she. Yeah,
She's
she
one of
came.
our first.
Yeah, it's a
But
she.
I don't know if she was our very first.
But we do.
She was our very first, wasn't
No,
she?
she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't. She wasn't. She
She was our
wasn't.
very
Should
first.
be the one that asked.
But not Blessing. Blessing was just one of the first.
Mm-mm.
You know the
It
very
was
first one.
the one you, either your cousin or the one you, something like
The
that.
American one.
Yes,
That's Blessing.
Yeah,
Blessing.
yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah.
Blessing. That was our first
Yes.
Patreon,
Yeah,
man.
Blessing.
Shout
out
out,
Blessing,
man. Yeah,
bro.
we know you.
Yeah, she was our very
We'll never
first
forget.
patron, man.
Go to fast food of choice. Yeah, fast food.
Sticky wings.
Sticky wings. Huh?
Sticky
That's a
wings,
good choice.
That's actually a sticky wings community.
Cool, isn't it?
That's a good choice.
Yeah?
That's a good choice.
Yeah, the ones at KFC are
But-
bangers.
But already I brought that rice bowl back.
No, eh?
You guys have rubbished your
Sorry,
You don't
KFC.
mash
Take
the you
it,
don't mess with the rice bowl. Eh? Have another one in. And it's
You have
okay.
one here.
You just keep quiet.
KFC sticky
Okay, this one
wings,
says
guys.
hello. I'm
But
a
sticky
big-
wings have become something has happened.
Yeah, that's when they're a bit stale, man.
Something
I
has
don't
happened,
know. I don't know.
They're no longer as consistent.
I would say my favorite is still chicken in general. Not the sticky
chicken
wings,
tonight.
but just chicken.
Shikoko.
So probably
Yeah.
like a streetwise 3.
Then I think if it's not sticky wings, then the second would be the chicken tonight chicken, that plain one.
I get you because
yeah,
it tastes like chicken, tastes like
yeah,
home
it's-
chicken.
It's just like it doesn't feel like there is so much artificial stuff
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I
amazing.
get you.
That's how I feel about Mr. Tasty Chicken.
No. No.
Yes. Yes,
butter
yes,
are you
yes,
eating
yes, yes. Okay, next question. This
Can't
one
lie, I've been a
says,
very much there's rice at home guy.
confession. Hello, I'm a big fan of the pod and I have started my own pod and I wanted to ask how you guys were able to come together as a team. Avengers. You just go and shout, Avengers assemble!
That's
On the top of your
literally
lungs,
what
bro.
happened.
Your team will find you, bro. Actually, no, you don't find your team. Your team finds you. Let me see. Next question. Would you guys give out your product rather than getting cheated by middlemen? Context agriculture. Look, I think it depends on what you are growing. Certain plants, or at least like agricultural products, are not necessarily marketable here. So you definitely need a middleman to get any kind of market. Like, you know, the traditional cash crops, coffee, cotton.
Has avocado.
Avocado, eh?
Yeah, has.
Has
Has. It's called has.
Has
What's that?
avocado. It's for export, huh?
Yeah.
So like
export.
some of those things like you won't get a market, yeah. So I think it depends on your product. So what have you decided to grow?
I really want to know what Hass avocado is.
Round avocados, right?
The small ones.
Small round avocados.
It's smaller. It's buttery. I would say like butter. It's not like the avocado that we have. I think the one that we usually eat, it starts with an F. I forget its name. But the Hass one, it has a lot of market abroad.
It's probably
So-
for making like.
Is it the one that they use for guac? Because they told me they're different.
Yeah, but even you can use the normal ones that we use for guac. But this one has a very buttery, like,
high in fat?
yeah, like, no. It's actually really rich. That's why I guess it's very marketable abroad.
And that makes it more expensive, right?
Yeah, it is expensive.
The only thing
Because I
I'll say
think a
about
seedling is like 12K.
That's expensive.
It's expensive to grow, and it's very hard to grow as well.
That's the only guy who has done agriculture here, so I think he would know.
I haven't grown house.
You have, yes.
I haven't grown
You haven't, yeah. It's profitable. You should probably look into it.
I told Bob a seedling, bro.
About, I mean, that's
Don't
not
bother
I'm about, but I accept 7 to 12. But
Give me two. Give me two. Give me two.
I have
It
a
will go and
plug.
give me seeds.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Okay, that was the
About
last
what?
question.
I was saying, in case you're interested in growing the house, I have a plug.
Of
Yeah,
less
for
than
house,
12K a seedling.
Yeah, I can talk to them nicely.
11K.
That's
Yeah,
what
you've
I'm
overbargained like Sawa 11.
That's what I'm saying.
11
About
8.
fine.
11 8.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that's only if you're
About,
buying 500 pieces.
About who? Women's Day. Didn't we?
You want to say something about Women's Day? You
No,
can say.
before we go there, I just want to say
Shout
something
out
about
women.
middlemen. I think that people need to like. I feel like when you discover what the middleman is selling your product for, it makes it feel like you're being cheated more. But then if you already have your price and the middleman is matching that price at the very minimum, like you already know like the profit you're going to get. It might not be to the extent that him is getting, but it's enough. You can just deal with that for a while until you have access to the middleman's market.
But I'll tell you this. I'm going to take it back to small scale, man. Middlemen are tough. There's a time I asked a guy to deliver, you know, those iPhone charging bricks, the square ones, whatever, cube. And this guy sent a judge guy. This judge guy came and was like, this one is 100K. They gave it to me from the shop. But me, I have mine. It's 80 bob. Those are the middlemen I fear, bro. Because I bought that 80 bob thing, man.
You indulged it. He got you.
That guy grabbed me because that thing lasted a week, bro.
You see, that's what they say. What's that saying? Of you can't defraud an honest man. If you are just stuck with your original deal, you'd have your bricks. still
Yeah, with your
working,
bricks, bro.
I ended up going to the same guy. I'm like, man, I'm sorry,
but- Yeah. Kali.
but
Yes.
send me another one.
That's the last question.
Yeah.
No, we want to wrap up, but I know Comfort wanted to talk about Kampala cream.
Yeah, we just wanted
Sorry, Charity.
to ask your opinions on what does Women's Month mean to you? Have you ever celebrated it? Have you ever told your mom, your loved one, your girlfriend, cousin, sister, Happy Women's Day? You know, recognizing them as a woman and appreciating or acknowledging the challenges that we face every single day.
The short answer is yes, but I have a rebuttal. Since we're not yet in Women's Month, are we on first March yet?
It's
Okay.
it's 2 days too.
do you also have like a time when you reflect on like the challenges of guys, what men are going through? Which month is that for you?
Men's
you ever-
Day, like, wait, Hannah, we're talking to the so do you have that day in your calendar? In the calendar?
There's actually a Men's Day, by the way. It's in November, I think November 19th. Yeah.
November is your month to like reflect on like
It's
what
about
guys
the
are
third
going
what
through.
of
The challenges of
Just
brothers
like
worldwide.
It is a day, but that's for you guys to, put it out there and be like, yo, this is our day, this is what we are supposed to be doing, it's all about. But now, I think, like like she asked, like, does it mean anything to you people? I mean, I know you're men, you have, girls in your life, like, from a family with sisters and whatnot, but like, does it mean anything to you? The guys in my office, all they said was, man, that's a holiday.
They're not working.
Public
holiday.
It's a public holiday,
It
so
means that to me.
yeah,
Means
that's
that much.
all.
Yeah, that means a lot.
That's
Means
all.
a lot.
That means a lot.
Shout out to
Shout
all
out
the women's on that day.
Thank God, thank you. Nah, but I mean, Women's Day is. I feel like it's just more important for you guys. It just feels like one of those days where like you guys are supposed to. It's like a day meant to celebrate you guys. It's almost like the ends is in that day itself. The fact that there's a day for women is the celebration of the women. You know what I mean? It's not like Valentine's Day where like it's a day for love and lovers like gift each other. That's how I feel about Women's Day. I think that it's dope that you guys have your own day, but I don't know how much participation is required from us in your day.
Yeah. I mean, to be
We
fair, like,
appreciate.
we asked if we could come for the event. You said, but
Nah,
maybe
we
I
can
don't know
say.
why.
We
can say.
Of a
I
female.
don't know. To be fair, like, I have nothing wrong with that day. It's just that trying to make it a month is crazy. You know what I mean?
Oh my
I feel like you guys deserve that day, but no, the month you're full.
Because she asked what's about with Women's Month. I was like, oh god, 31 days.
So is that how you feel? Is that how you feel like with Black History Month or what?
But now I'm not rich here. I'm a Black History Month in Africa. What do you mean Black History?
Black History Decade, millennia.
Millennium, bro. It's in Jothropus. Let me give you Black History. All the way Gorge. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. Like, don't make it the whole freaking month, man.
But truly, I have no issue celebrating Women's Month in any way that we can. I mean, like, we usually host women on the pod for that month. Yeah, but I just don't know how much more we can do. Like, I wonder what you guys would expect us to do that would feel like we are celebrating.
I'll say
Buy her
this.
gifts.
When it comes to like
That's not buying
Women's
gifts.
Month,
Every day of the month. Flowers.
it almost
flowers,
feels like
gifts, alternate.
for the past few years, maybe it's because the most we can do is celebrate it by like wishing, but it's almost like it's Women's Month. You guys go. You get that's almost like the semantic that is given from at least a lot of people I've interacted with. So like, it's Women's Month. Why are you participating? So also like, hey man, it's Women's Month. The most we can do, like I remember last year, every pod during Women's Month, we had a lady on the pod. That went well.
That's not enough. I want you to
It's
supplicate. Go and kneel
Yeah.
down to a woman every day.
No.
Tell her.
We don't want you guys to
Tell her
kneel down.
you have trouble. I have
We
knowledge.
shouldn't even.
Washing the ground, she walks pan, bro.
We shouldn't even be on that pod.
Just your heart, like,
Hat
No.
no. No. I'm not hurt, but I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt.
He
Women's
just says,
Month.
That's
You
not what's
imagine
going
if for
on here.
Women's Month, we just weren't on the pod, but that's brand new guys, brand new chicks here, man. Just women on the pod every day for a
but
month.
I think that's the issue. Like, we
That'd be
would
interesting.
not know how to participate because it's like, do you will stay out of the way, celebrate as will be cower. I think that's the thing. That's the sentiment that's given, and that's the sentiment we take, and we're like, hey man, Men's Month.
But maybe I go back to my original question. Not to answer a question with a question, but still, like, as you ask me what I do, like, for in Men's Month, how do you recognize the month for guys? How do you go out of your way? Do you know how to? If you do, how do you? Because that's the same dilemma we have. Yeah, like
We would not
your
know
first
what
off would
to
even
do.
be like, when is men's month? Same dilemma. You know what I mean?
Okay, so for me, I would say this about like maybe Valentine's as well. Like, I don't really think there should be a particular day to celebrate things like that. Because if there's an issue, a societal issue or a communal issue, why women are doing this, for instance, maybe I don't want to get very like graphic or sensitive. I don't want to, like trigger warning, whatever. So, but like you see, first and foremost, like this year's theme, it's inspiring inclusion, right? In like workspaces and everything. It's great that you guys are having us here, but I know you're not doing it because maybe you're forced to do it because it's Women's Month. It's like just the kind of guys that you guys
Is this
are.
like an international theme?
Yeah, it is. So it's just the kind of people that you are, right? The way you treat women is totally different from the way some men treat women. There's this whole gender-based violence and all that stuff. So, like, the essence of Women's Day is really not because, all women want to just be alone and do their things, and yada, yada. It's kind of like to appreciate them more than just that, like, to see value in what, what we do. And it's not really like we're trying to fight for space with men and whatnot. It's just kind of like trying to recognize certain things that we don't do, and also, that we do. And then, like, when was it? Like 2 weeks ago, in Nairobi, there was this
The
whole
femicide thing.
yeah, like the femicides and whatnot. It doesn't happen to men, or it does, but it's not at that. The statistics are higher when it comes to females. And I know about International Men's Day because I read about these things, and it's not a battle of the sexes. And you said something that is so important, like, we kind of have the same things, but not quite. But we probably have like similarities in the kind of things that we, that we need to fight for and stuff like that. So for the men, I would say this, like, sometimes it's really hard to figure out what a guy is thinking. You might be going through some deep shit, but you're going to like front it like, everything is kawa. But for a chick, it's a bit different. We will cry about it because you're more in touch with our emotional bit. But you guys just want to be hard guys. So like, for me, Women's Day is not something that is just a day. It's not just the month of March. It's something that should be like practiced
Like
every
a
day. Like, you
lifestyle.
should be more aware, like a lifestyle. You should be more aware of what actually happens in your community, in your group of friends. Yeah, it starts from there. Then, it kind of like it's a ripple effect with what you do about that.
Yeah, you definitely have a point. I think the only thing with Women's Month or Women's Day is because now it's more of what's the word? It's more of like a celebration. Does that make sense? Not glorify. I don't think that's the word, but like it's out there in a way. So, in at least many of my guys' heads were like, man, let's chill. Yeah. So I definitely agree that it should be a lifestyle. Definitely should be. And if it is, then on that day, what's the difference? You get, and the difference is let's chill. Yeah, like it's a celebration. Yeah, there's that too. So probably we shall go and play football, man. Like, do the things we do on public holidays. So I think that's the difference. Yeah.
Okay, guys, Africa must unite time.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching the pod. Thank you for purchasing our merch. Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. We'll see you guys next week.
Why you laugh?
Together to the Wakilisha literally means Africa must unite.
I did not know what was happening.